for my moment.
Big pause. Big pause. So, I'm very disappointed in Morales.
Whoa.
Very disappointed in Morales.
Yeah?
I heard our little return, our intro there.
Uh-huh.
At no point did he mention that today is the conclusion of a 58-show streak. I went basically 3 months without taking a day off.
It's a big deal.
I mean, it's a big deal to
It's
you.
it's a record for me.
It's a big deal.
For you.
It's a record.
For you.
For what do you mean for me?
It's not a record. It's a record for you. It is your personal record. It's a PR.
So
It's a personal record,
matters.
but does anybody else do 3 months without a day off?
You want to get Travis back in here?
Has Travis done it?
He does it all the time.
3 months without a
He
day
takes
off?
off like 2 days in the entire year.
Yeah, so he's the exception. But I mean, of the
he also works weekends.
Brian, how many days in a row have you worked?
Every day.
Yeah,
Greg, how many
I've been
days have you worked? Oh, I work all the time, every day. Momo, how many days in a row do you work?
I take days off.
Yeah.
I take days off.
I mean,
well, I don't have a show
by
every
the way,
day.
in the
Okay,
last
DeAndre, how many days off do you take?
I'm not a good example.
Whoa.
Cody, how many days off do you take?
In the last 3 months, of the middays, afternoons, of all that,
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
I
It's a
won
personal
100,000 mythical dollars.
Yes, you
because
did.
Ireland said there's no way I would do it.
record. Yeah, and you lost 100, so you're basically staying.
Yeah, but still, I
How
won
mu- how
this
much,
particular
how
bet.
much?
100,000.
100,000.
Yeah, 100,000 mythical dollars.
It is a nice thing for you. Congratulations.
100,000.
Congratulations. But it's not like a record.
I think it is.
It's a personal record.
Well, everybody's got to keep track of it now. Let's see who has the longest
I'm telling
streak.
You know what? You need
I'd just say Travis
a
right off the
gold
bat.
board.
Yes.
You need a board in
That's
here.
what I'm seeking.
Put a little sticker
I'm
every time you
seeking
show up.
affirmation, and I'm
I
not
know.
getting it.
I'm
So
saying
let me get you
congratulations.
some green stars.
Yes.
Everybody, we're gonna get a
are they
board,
green?
okay?
Yeah.
And every day that you're here, you put a green star, and every day that you're not here, you put like a yellow star,
Why green?
Right.
so that we can see the streaks.
So here's
Let's
what
have
I'll
a streak.
Do you like gold or purple?
here's what I'll say. My rep is that I take too much vacation time,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
That's why I did the streak.
Yeah.
I'm trying to change. You know this, Mo. I'm trying to change the narrative.
You're changing the narrative,
Yeah.
and you're proving it to yourself too.
Correct. That I
So
can
like,
do it.
I'm in a stage now where I am a total night owl. I have to get up earlier and earlier because the children wake up, and I'm like,
Sure.
go back to bed, and they're like, no,
Right.
I'm up. So I'm trying to change my life around, right?
Yes.
Of like, okay, I am a person who gets up in the morning now, and I go to work out, and it's like, oh, it's horrible, but I have to do it.
Yeah.
Because if I don't do it, the children will be awake and running around the house with no one watching them, right?
Right.
So I just have to be disciplined. You just have
Yeah.
to. And my friend said it takes 3 weeks to make a habit.
Yes.
So this is now a habit. So if you stay up too late, you still got to get up and go work out at 8
Right,
o'clock.
right.
You just got to do it because it's making your new
Now,
habit.
you did hot yoga
Oh
today.
Lord, yeah.
And
I mean, within 5 minutes, we walk in the room and I'm like, somebody turn the air on.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
have you done hot
Oh,
yoga,
my God.
Bergman?
Yes, I used to do hot yoga all the time.
Brian, you look like a hot yoga guy.
Oh, wait, I've never done it. Come on.
By the way, when I did hot yoga, I was in the best shape of my life.
I have to say, everybody
shape
there does
ever.
look very thin.
Did you do it a lot, Bergman?
Oh yeah, I was doing it 3 times a week.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
It was
Nice.
great.
Okay, let me succinctly describe the experience of hot yoga.
Okay.
Really freaking hot.
Yes.
Go in there and you're just sweating from the moment you walk in there.
Right.
You do kind of some yoga, but mostly you just sweat because it's hot. None of the moves are really hard because I'll do like a real yoga class where it's like you hold the pose and you get into flow. And
Right.
This is more of like you're just doing some sun salutations and then there's a few little squats thrown in and a few little whatevers.
Right.
But it's so hot, you're sweating like and you feel like you're dying.
Right.
And at some point, the teacher has to open the door a couple times so that people actually don't die. And then at the end, he was like, "Oh, let's finish with some burpees." I'm like, "Nope."
Yeah. See, I think
It wasn't that hard.
I
I mean,
think
it
I
was,
finish with some burpees, like I'm gonna pass out
so.
it was
I've
real poses.
I've got a pretty yoga
for a minute.
centric background, right?
Yeah.
And I was always taught that the turning up the heat is not the way you do it. You turn up the internal heat, and that's
Yeah.
where the heat comes from. So hot yoga, I've done a couple of times. I think it's unnatural. I think it's I personally
I think it
it's
is dangerous, to be honest.
I think it's dangerous.
I think you could totally pass out. That's how Mr. Big died, and just like that.
He died in a hot
Just
yoga
like that?
class.
Well, in the show. in the Sex and the City reboot?
It was a hot yoga. I thought he was
It
on
was
a Peloton.
after he.
Peloton.
Oh, you're right.
He was on a Peloton.
You're right. It was after the Peloton.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I mixed.
That's
those
why
up.
Greg doesn't ride his Peloton.
It was
You
because
saw
I was
what-
worried about Mr. Big.
You
Mr. Big.
thought you were going to be the next Mr. Big.
Well, I think that to me it was.
You know where my Peloton's going? Sorry.
Where?
Sorry, Momo.
Are you donating?
I'm donating it to somebody.
Who?
It's being donated to Chris Morales.
Oh wow!
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing. So is he going to pick up the payments?
He's good. No, I'm gonna.
It's a gift.
It's being figured out.
It's
You
a
still
full-on
have to
gift?
pay for that
It's gonna be-
thing?
yes, I do. I still have like $6.
God,
that I
it's
have
like
to
a
pay for.
car.
Yeah, pretty much.
God, I signed the
I'm paying
lease.
like $65 a month.
Well,
Oh
good
my
for
God.
Morales needs something to.
Yeah, him and Cappy are gonna do it. So he has. I just told him.
I want
you
to see
figured out how to
Morales
get
in
it
a
out of my
hot yoga
apartment,
class.
it's yours.
Can you imagine Morales in a hot yoga class?
That was hard. I did
Just
a
a
sculpt
puddle.
class. In
That's
the hot
what I
yoga
did.
Class.
It was sculpt.
Oh, it was so hard.
It was hard.
It was
I
hard
definitely
because
thought it was
you're
hard.
using weights
But
and
there
you're-
was a lot
oh,
of squatting and a lot of,
Yeah.
they turned Warrior 2 into like, oh, let's get some weights and do some stuff while you're in the Warrior 2. But like, it was not. I go to yoga to breathe and relax and find
Right.
your center and all that
Sure.
stretch. This was more like, let's go to a sauna and
Yeah.
stretch a little.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Anyway.
I'm going to do a lot of stuff today. I've got, I always have this really long sheet of topics and all that. Today I want to get to some of them since I'm out
Is that
tomorrow
the
and
sheet?
Monday.
I don't think I've ever seen the sheet.
No, there's
it's
a
on your
yeah,
it's
there's
on
a
your
sheet on my
computer.
laptop.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Lakers. That was just a garbage performance last night. No effort, no energy. Looked like they didn't want to be there. I understand their guys hurt. Rui came back and looked good, but they're still playing without Jared Vanderbilt and without Jackson Hayes, and obviously last night without Anthony Davis. And I understand potentially losing the game. I don't understand a lack of effort. Which is what I saw last night. It's inexcusable, Momo.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty. Uninspired. You know what they look like is Houston gets up for the Lakers every time.
Yep.
Okay, and Ime Udoka, their new coach, is a very good defensive coach.
Mm-hmm.
Christian Wood has been through Houston, so a lot of those guys know him, and they know what to do to stop him.
Clearly, they stopped him last night.
Clearly, and I thought that LeBron needed some help, but very quickly, like they put the clamps on the Lakers defensively, and the Lakers just never recovered. And I don't know if you want to focus on how bad the Lakers offense was or how bad the Lakers defense was.
Well, I think it's the defense.
Because to me, to give up that many points,
They gave up 100 points in 3 quarters.
Yeah.
There's just no excuse for that. There's no excuse. And by the way, here's a sneak preview of coming attractions. Anthony Davis is going to miss other games this year.
Yeah.
Is this what you're going to look like when Anthony Davis doesn't play? The idea is let's build a core that can carry us when Anthony Davis or potentially LeBron James misses a game. This core does not look like it's going to win games.
No, and they don't have any identity yet.
Right.
That's what it. Last year, I thought they forged an identity pretty quickly, and I don't know if it was just everybody after they traded Westbrook had this collective sigh of relief. Yeah. And maybe that's how they bonded. Of like, okay, let's get LeBron. LeBron got his record. Russ is gone. We have all the elephant has left the room, right? And now they can come together, and they got all those new guys. And it was funny because a lot of people got into the new guys because Vanderbilt had a big game early, and I think Malik Beasley hit a bunch of threes early, and D'Lo had a couple of good games in there. But for the most part, the guys who ended up stepping up and playing really well last year towards the end were the guys they already had. I think Rui was really the only new guy.
Well, I thought Vanderbilt brought
for portions
defense
of it.
and rebounding. He's not an offensive player, but defense and rebound.
he
By the
has-
way,
he had a
they
few
are getting
games.
so clocked on the boards right now.
I know.
It is just a joke. Last night, I got the numbers here somewhere. The numbers for the rebounding are just ridiculous.
While you're looking for that, Vanderbilt in the playoffs he was on Steph all the time. And like they
He
won
was good. He was good in that series. In the next series, he didn't do much.
Against Denver, he was played off the court. He couldn't even play
Couldn't play.
anymore at that point.
I
by
think
the way,
against the Warriors, he was really
the
good.
numbers
You're right.
they were out rebounded 57-34 last night. 57-34. That's a joke. And here's the thing, Momo. I mean, this stat is floating around. If you're a Lakers fan, you know it by now. But through 8 games now, the Lakers have been outscored by
quarter?
74 points in the first quarter. That is the worst margin through 8 games in NBA history. Minus 74 in the first quarter. Now, what can explain that except a lack of energy to start games.
I think they don't have the right starters. I think D'Lo's probably should come off the bench.
You
right?
do?
Yeah, he should be a 6-man as a microwave
How
kind
would
of
you
guy.
reconfigure the lineup?
Well, look, okay, LeBron needs the ball.
Sure.
Austin Reeves needs the ball.
Yes.
D'Lo needs the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You have 3 guys in the starting lineup who need the ball.
Yeah.
Doesn't work like that. Just can't play like that.
So you would
need to have a real
move-
point guard. Like the reason why things worked last year is because I'm gonna say this and it's gonna sound funny to say it out loud, but
'Kay.
I really think they missed Dennis Schroeder. I think that dude was tough as nails last year. He played on that ankle all year. Remember when he was playing and like you're
Sure.
like, how did he not break his ankle? Let alone still playing on it. I think that guy gave him some character. He was feisty defensively, and I think he organized the offense when LeBron needed him to. He did enough of that. We haven't seen anything from Gabe Vincent yet. Really, he hasn't done much. And he's
Injured.
been hurt.
Yep.
You know, so Austin Reeves was supposed to be kind of an organizer.
Hasn't been there yet?
No.
Yep.
So I don't know if D'Lo or Austin need to go to the bench, but probably one of them does.
They're counting on probably Vincent to do what Schroeder did.
Well, yeah, that was the sort of direct replacement.
That was the replacement.
I
yeah.
think the idea was Gabe is a better shooter.
Well, he's
so-
like 1 for 20 from 3 right now.
Yeah. But the idea
He went
is,
into the season hurt, then he played.
Oh,
a
I
couple
know,
games,
I
and
know,
he got
but he
hurt
is.
again.
It's not a lie
Yeah.
that he's like 1 for
Yeah.
15 or
shooting
something.
7%.
Yeah.
7.
Yes,
Single digits.
7%. And by the
Momo,
way,
do you think any of this can be put on to Darvin Ham?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately he's the coach.
Right, because all this is just you can't be losing every single first quarter by
No,
double-digit
that
points.
means you're not ready to go.
and giving up over 30 points every single first quarter.
Well, we remember in the Denver series, D'Lo got played off the court, right?
yeah,
He got played out of the starting lineup, and it was a big deal. You know, he didn't like that. I think he thought it was a affront to his talent, and he was not happy about it. And I think they were worried about losing him in terms of his buy-in if they didn't start him. So I understand why Darvin is starting him. The idea is, well, he's like a little bit like Russ, right? Like you got to start him because it's an ego thing.
Yep.
But when he was an all-star in Brooklyn, he came off the bench, right? Like that was his role. He was a 6-man guy.
yep.
Him and Spencer Dinwiddie were really good together. I think he's got that he should kind of run his own show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really hard for him to do what he does playing alongside LeBron because when he's out there with LeBron, he's just a shooter.
Right.
He's like a catch-and-shoot guy. He's great at it. He's got a really good shooter.
Sure.
But that's not his game.
Right.
Got to give him the keys.
We are going to circle back to the Lakers all day long because last night is a game that kind of pissed me off.
I know. It was hard to watch.
It was just really,
To be
really
honest, I
difficult to take.
drove home at the end of the third quarter because I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
And then I watched the end of it and I was like, this is stupid. Why am
Yeah.
I watching this?
Yeah, I turned it off.
Yeah.
I turned it off. I was just like, when the guys started coming out who I didn't
Oh
recognize.
no, I was just like the Nuggets and Warriors are playing in a little
some
bit.
of some of those guys at the end. I was like,
Who is that?
where'd that guy come from?
Yeah, I saw them in
Castleton.
the,
Who is
yeah,
that?
No, I saw them
Castleton.
in
Who
the
is
preseason.
Castleton? All right, so we're doing Fifth Row Fridays this week.
Yeah.
And we have got a pair of tickets in the fifth row for Lakers Blazers next week. Here's how you win. Something we said on Monday, something we said on Tuesday, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. There will be a question from each day. If you can answer all 5 tomorrow at 3:30, you get fifth row tickets. It's all presented by BBGO, the official game day snack of the Los Angeles Lakers. Please pay attention to everything. All right, coming up next, does Shohei Ohtani already know where he's going?
Oh.
We'll do that coming up next. Hey, if you're injured in an auto accident of any kind, you probably wonder, what are some of the advantages of hiring my friend Jacob? Well, first of all, you're hiring somebody with over 25 years of experience. Maybe the simplest answer is Jacob and his team will hold your hand throughout the entire process. He's going to handle everything from the phone calls for the rental car to getting your car fixed to finding you a doctor, all that stuff. And they will deal with the insurance company on your behalf. Jacob can immediately get you the medical attention that you deserve. And again, 25 years of experience. If you're injured in any kind of accident, only one name to remember. It is Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. A lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob. He'll win for you. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember...
Accident. For injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
And make sure you're following Call Jacob on Instagram and Facebook for prizes, insight, and more. That's at call.jacob. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
Of LA Sports Radio, we're here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. for your afternoon. Sandwich between Travis and Sliwa and Sonato and Cap. Mason and Ireland continues now.
Hey, look alive. Look alive, Momo.
I don't think I've ever drank so much water and fluids after a class ever. I've had like 5 of these today.
Wow. Well,
I mean, we're just sweating the whole time.
Yeah.
And then at one point, I just took the cold towel and just put it over my head. I was like, it's too hot in here. Open the door.
Do you do wheel pose?
No, I don't. It's too hard on my knees.
What is wheel pose?
It's kind of like a bridge backwards. Yeah.
Is where you're like this and you.
I really like
You're like this.
You're on the ground and you lift yourself like this.
I like yoga.
That's
I like
hard.
yoga
I can't
mace.
do that one.
What's that?
I like yoga mace.
Yeah, Yoga Mace is a good guy.
Yeah.
He's much mellower than
Really?
Radio Mace.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so
58 days straight, Mace.
58 straight days, exactly. 58 straight shows.
What would impress you, Greg? Like, what would impress you if Steve did that?
Every show for 1 year.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, no.
I mean, nobody is going to do that.
Brian and I do it.
Yeah, but
what's the difference?
Yeah.
What's really the difference?
Oh, you really want to know what the difference
it's a big
is?
difference.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Here,
I mean,
he's moving
are you
his
thinking
chair.
up
He's
topics and
yes.
You know what the difference is?
presenting them and being entertaining?
Yes.
The difference is that this is a fun job. It's a goofy job. It's a weird It's hard to be this pumped up every single day.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm shot out of it. I'm like 2 quad espressos to the moon right now.
Right.
Right? So, and it's hard to do that every single day to get
It
up
is.
to do that. And you need to, like, I'm going to go soak in hot water for a few days.
For soaking hot water.
I am.
Yeah,
I'm
good.
soaking hot water.
yeah,
I'm
good.
going to a
and
spa
relax.
place and relax.
And come back and you'll be on fire.
On
And
fire,
and that'll
exactly.
be great.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I'm sorry I'm missing the golf tournament tomorrow.
I know. That's going to stink. I'm going down there.
Are you?
Yeah,
It's a black
me,
gold
Morales,
tomorrow?
Cappy, Lindsay.
Yeah.
It's a black gold.
Nice.
For
Is there a
Veterans
party
Day.
that's going to feel a little bit bad that the streak will be over? Like, do you feel like, oh, maybe I could just do what? It's like when you're on a diet.
I don't.
No, you're
No,
good.
already Juan says you're stupid. You should have taken a day off in the middle of this thing. Nobody should do it that long. Hey, Thursday Night Football is a new home. It's the 909 Sports Bar at Yamava Resort and Casino. You can join producer Lindsay in the 710 Fun and Games department tomorrow for a party, giving away $1,000 every Thursday night. That is tomorrow. That's tonight. I'm sorry. That's tonight.
Tonight.
At the Yamava 909 Sports Bar. Win cash and watch football from 4 to 7 tonight. So there's going to be tons of speculation about Shohei Ohtani over the next few months.
I'm so into every piece of news.
So this is from our friend Buster Olney.
Okay. Buster knows things.
Super reliable source. He says that a friend of Ohtani told him he believes Ohtani already knows where he wants to sign. He'll go through the process, standing back as his agent negotiates and works to goose the final numbers, but in the end, Ohtani will drive this thing. So maybe the bidding doesn't matter that much as long as the team he wants to play for steps up with a decent offer, and my guess is that'll be the Dodgers. So Ohtani.
Whoa, there's a lot in there.
So Ohtani may already know.
I had to listen to every word.
Yeah, Ohtani may already know. He may
So
have made up
my
his mind.
guess is Buster's guess.
Yep.
But not the friend's guess.
Okay, tell me.
Is that read that again?
Okay. A friend of Ohtani told him he believes Ohtani already knows where he wants to sign.
Okay.
He'll go through the process. But maybe the bidding doesn't matter that much as long as the team he wants to play for steps up with a decent offer, and my guess is that'll be the Dodgers.
Okay, so the part that the friend told him is that he thinks Ohtani already knows where he wants to go.
Already made up his mind, yeah.
But not the commentary at the end. That's Buster.
That's,
Buster is guessing.
He's guessing based on this friend, but he says that the offers may not be as important.
I get it.
Because it's like, I'm going there.
No, I understand what they're saying. I'm just saying what's being attributed to the friend and what is Buster's analysis.
The friend says he knows where he wants to sign.
That's the friend. And the rest of it is Buster saying, and my guess is.
Yes.
Okay, because that's key.
Yeah.
Do you ever say that, Momo? Like if you maybe know something,
Yeah,
you say,
all the time.
My guess is.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's what Buster's
Yeah,
did.
I know. I wouldn't say that if I wasn't pretty sure.
Right.
So,
Like, if I'm a reporter, I
It's
would
not
be like,
for sure, but I'm guessing.
so
Yeah.
I'll throw this. What do you think?
That's the way.
Guessing. Yeah.
Kylie McDaniel, who's a writer for Baseball Insider for ESPN.
Used to write for us, yeah. Okay.
I'm reading an article from us.
Okay, so he writes for us then.
He writes for us.
You said Baseball Insider. Okay.
Yeah. So, what do you think he projects Ohtani's contract? What do you think he's
I think he will be the
projecting?
first $500 million player.
Bergman?
Yeah, that's probably still going to get 6.
Oh.
Yeah, he's still going to.
He's projecting 10 years, $520.
Ooh.
So $52 million a year.
I like that it's 10 years.
Yeah, I for some
I
reason.
mean, I wish it would be shorter, but
For some reason, I think he's going to push for 12. Didn't
Well,
Judge get 12?
Yeah, 12.
Yeah,
Somebody,
did
Bryce
13?
did 13, I think.
Someone did 13, someone did 12.
Mookie got 12.
12.
So he may push for
How old is Ohtani?
29.
So it'd be 41. Oh, no, if he did 12.
Yeah, that's a lot of dead money at the end. You hope
I don't
for
like
10.
that.
So the second most valuable contract on the market, again, according to ESPN's Kylie McDaniel, is the pitcher from Japan, Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Okay.
He's only 25. He's projecting 7 years, $212 million.
Oh, for a guy who's never played in the
for
majors.
a $30 million annual average.
Is he that
value.
good?
He is that good.
But there's a lot of players who've come over and we think they're going to be great and they're not.
I seriously, like last year, Cody Senga came over
He was
and
pretty
was with
good.
the Mets. He was actually really good.
Pretty good.
Really
Pretty
good.
good.
Really good. He's got the ball that one pitch that disappears.
I know, it's good. Who's the outfielder from Chicago?
I don't know.
That was, I mean, he didn't play, he's not playing anymore, right?
Who's the
Oh, no,
outfielder
he was
from
the
Chicago?
outfielders last year. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
But
Chicago
in
something.
the end, here's my question.
Suzuki. No.
No,
Let me
there's a
look it
catcher
up.
named Kurt
I'm looking it up.
Suzuki.
I got you.
Here's my question. The Dodgers are definitely in on Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Seiya Suzuki.
There it is. See, I wasn't making that up.
Yeah, no, you're on it.
Okay.
Andrew Friedman has never given a 7-year contract to a pitcher.
I know.
And I don't think that's going to change. I don't think he believes in long-term contracts for starting pitchers. I'm trying to remember.
How old are most starters when they get that level of a deal, though?
Well, let's see.
Because usually I think the starters who are in line for the big deal are closer to 30. And you're saying this guy's 24, 25?
25. Yeah, this is probably the comp. Garrett Cole, 9 years, 324.
Okay. And how old was he?
Don't know the age.
How old is he now? You can do the math.
I don't have his
I'll
birthday.
look it up.
I don't know his birthday.
I'm going to look it up.
But, Bergman, you think he'll break his rule of not giving long-term contracts and do it with the starting pitcher for next year?
Yes, I do, because it depends on the person. And I think there's there was a quote somewhere, I can't find it, so I don't want to say what it was.
Okay.
But basically it's like there's certain things, there's certain people that you break your rules for. And I think this happens to be one of those guys. And maybe if you don't know that for sure, the fact is you don't have starting pitching for next year. You don't have anybody that you think like, okay, that guy's an ace. Besides, we don't know what Walker Buehler's going to be. The 5 guys that you were starting your pitchers last year for the Dodgers, gone. All of them are gone. Dustin May is gone.
Yes.
Tony Gonsolin's gone. We don't know what's going on with Clayton Kershaw, but he's not even going to come back until the summer at earliest. Julio Urias is gone. And then Noah Syndergaard is gone.
Right,
Your first 5 gone. So it's Walker Buehler coming off his second Tommy John surgery.
And those kids. And Bobby Miller and Emmett Sheehan and
sure.
those guys.
Pepio,
and
but we don't know what a lot of those guys are actually going to be.
We don't.
So you need to go out and get somebody that you actually believe is going to be something. And I think if Andrew Friedman believes Yamamoto is that guy, he's going to go get him.
I will give you an unlimited number of guesses.
Uh-huh.
The only pitcher that Andrew Friedman has given a 4-year contract to, the only starting pitcher. There's only one.
Zach
he
Greinke.
did it. Not Zach Greinke.
Oh, no, he did for Kenley Jansen.
Again, an unlimited number of guesses. No.
It's going to be somebody that is not a big name.
4 years, 48.
4 years, 40. Oh, wait. Hold on. I might know this.
Yeah, I think you might.
4
4 years, 48 triggered it in my head, too.
Yeah, it did. I'm trying to picture it.
Brandon McCarthy.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Brandon
I've
McCarthy.
never got that in
I was right there.
I said an unlimited number
I
of
would not
guesses.
have got that.
So
Before you said it, I was
in
gonna
that
guess.
world, like Scott Kazmir signed for 3, Alex Wood for 2,
Yeah.
Andrew Heaney for 1, Noah Syndergaard for 1.
But they always had 3 or 4 homegrown guys that were under control.
And they've got that.
Yeah, and
part
they
of
would
it.
fill out the rest of the staff with these guys on 1, 2, and 3 year deals.
Right. And now, I just don't know if he is going to alter his way of doing business and say all of a sudden, yeah, I've never given out more than 4 years to a starting pitcher.
Well, they probably should alter their way of doing business because they keep losing in the playoffs.
And most of the time, the guys that you're wanting them to give big contracts to are in round 29, 30, 31.
Yeah.
So you don't want to give away a 7-year contract.
Garrett
This
Cole's
guy's
25.
Yeah,
He'll
Garrett
be in
Cole's
his 32
33.
Right.
So
You're not-
I'm looking at how old he's going to be at the end of this, okay? So he's already 33. He has 5 more years on this deal. When he's 38, he'll be making $36 million. I don't hate that.
No.
I don't hate that.
And by the time that comes around, $36 million is going to be
Yeah, it's not that
like
much.
$50 million now.
Yeah.
Or sorry, $20 million.
By the way,
now.
Senga with the Mets signed for 5 years, 75.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So I mean,
5 years, long time. 7 years, really long time.
really long time. But especially if it's over $200 million, then that means that he is going to be legitimately good in the MLB too.
Yeah.
And look, I just don't know if they wouldn't do it if they didn't think he was actually the real deal.
Right.
And at 25, so if he does it, I fully trust it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to trust it if he does it. The Dodgers obviously need some anchor for their starting rotation next year. Kershaw's not going to be available, even if he – Kershaw's not going to be healthy
He's not
until
even a
summer.
Dodger right now.
He's not even a Dodger, so you can't count on that.
And you don't know
right now
Walker
you just
Buehler's-
got a bunch of kids.
You don't know what Walker Buehler is going to be, and you don't know if you do get Shohei, you don't even know he's going to pitch.
Right.
Does he pitch in 2025? That would be the earliest.
And does he pitch as well as
Right.
he did before his second
And
Tommy
he's
John?
going to be in that 31-year-old age, 32-year-old age.
Yep.
I mean, it's a different time. I don't know.
All right.
I trust the 25-year-old.
I think it's interesting that he may already know where he's going.
I love that.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. All right, coming up next, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. Momo is here in for Ireland today. 2 o'clock call today. After that, we'll talk some Lakers at 2 o'clock today for the 2 o'clock call today. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app. And bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
Wheel of questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
All right, here we go. And this is a good question. By the way, it comes from the Circle of Trust, which I am a member of. The Cot. Los, who is the vice president of the Handsome Man community in the Cot. He asked this: would you rather have a busy morning and a slow afternoon, or a slow morning and a busy afternoon?
100% busy morning.
You want a busy morning?
Yeah, I want a busy morning.
I thought you're a night owl.
I am, but I'm changing. I like it because then I feel like I can relax afterwards.
So you want the hard part out of the way and then mellow
Like,
afternoon.
honestly, after I got done with hot yoga and cryo today, I was driving down here and I was like, ready for a nap.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Bergman,
I'm
what
going to
about you?
sit in the car and psych myself
You're
before this
always
show.
busy here.
I am always busy here, especially in the morning. I would prefer to be busy in the afternoon and not in the morning, because then the afternoon goes by quickly and I can get home.
Okay.
And
How about you?
Relax
Producer
in the
Brian?
morning.
Busy morning, get it out of the way.
Yeah.
As soon as I get up, just get out of the way, and then I'm relaxing for the rest of the day.
I get up, I'm in a bath. I'm usually in a There you go.
The pride of Humboldt State.
I mean, aren't you in like kind of a bad mood when you get up? Do you wake up and like, oh, what a beautiful... No.
I
wake up like, ugh.
I am a really quiet,
Yeah.
sullen guy when I wake up in the
Exactly.
morning. I don't want to do anything.
I
I lay in bed. I watch Get Up. I start to put together the show.
Yeah.
I don't have any
How many
conversations.
times do you snooze?
I snooze.
Get back under the blanket a few times?
I literally do not get out of bed for real until about 11 o'clock when I take a shower.
Whoa.
Yeah. And other than that, I do yoga for...
Do you at least get up to go to the
I
bathroom?
do yoga for 45 minutes in that spell.
Okay.
And then I do the show, but I always prep the show in bed. So I love having a slow morning, and then I slowly get cranked up for the afternoon.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I used to be like this. This was my move too. But I literally just have to. There is no other choice. There is a 5-year-old running into my room, and this stupid time change.
Right.
Jesus, it used to be 6:30. Now it's
Yeah.
5:30.
Yeah, it is.
And he's like, "Mommy," and I'm like, "Oh, God, it's 5:30 in the morning."
Yeah, it is.
I
hate the time change.
I have seen more 5:30 in the mornings on the staying up until
Yeah.
5:30 than I have waking up at
Yeah,
5:30.
yeah.
And now it's like every morning, run and jump in the bed at 5:30. God.
Yeah.
It's like,
Awake early.
Yeah, no choice.
So, Bergman, you found, coming out of this, you found a quote from Andrew Friedman. We were talking about whether or not Andrew Friedman would go 7 years for this ace out of Japan, Yamamoto. And what's the quote?
So the quote is, if you're always rational about every free agent, you will finish third on every free agent. And thank you to Lindsay for finding the quote for me that I was trying to find.
Way to go,
last
Linz.
segment. Yeah.
Nice.
So I love this quote, though. If you're always rational about every free agent, you will finish third on every free agent. And the way that everything happened last year, and it was so disappointing once again, and you need pitching, they're going to be irrational. They should be irrational this year.
But what if it comes down to, and I don't know the budget specifics that he's working with, but what if it comes down to either Ohtani or Yamamoto?
I want Ohtani. I want the proven guy.
Probably want Ohtani, but he's not. You can't.
He doesn't
think about
solve
it
your pitching issues.
It doesn't
this
solve
year,
your
but he
pitching
might solve your pitching issues
Might.
next year.
Might.
Right.
But I just think that's why I think the valuation on Ohtani is so interesting, because until he blew out his arm,
Yep.
I was like, pay him whatever he wants. He's
Sure.
worth it. He's the most valuable player in baseball, and it's not even close because he pitches and hits.
Yep.
And now I'm not so sure. Like, I know as a hitter, he's super valuable, and I think he is worth whatever he's going to get.
Yep.
But the reason you see him as a $500 million player or $600, whatever he's going to get, is because he also pitches.
Yeah.
And when is he going to do that? And how is that going to evolve as he goes
And is
into
he
his 30s?
going to be as good
Yeah.
after his second Tommy John as he was after his first Tommy John? All there are variables here that make it really interesting, but he doesn't solve your immediate issue, which is starting pitching. So
Yeah, but I think they can find guys. They always find guys.
Yeah.
What you don't want to see. I've never been a general manager in a team, but we do. When this is dumb to compare this to fantasy sports, but generally speaking, you overpay for stars, right?
Yes.
And the team that wins each year is usually the one that picked the right stars to overpay for.
Right.
Like you're gonna overpay. You're gonna pay too much, and you're gonna feel uncomfortable doing it. You're like, but if Mookie Betts has an amazing year, you'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
Mookie Betts was amazing. He was
Right.
worth it.
Right.
But if you overpay for Anthony Rendon,
You're stuck like
you
the
know.
Angels.
Are we going to talk about Ron Washington and Torrey Hunter now?
No, not right
really.
now.
Okay.
Unless it's something that is just burning a hole in your consciousness.
Not really. Travis got me fired up a little bit, but
Okay.
it's okay.
So this is what is amazing to me. The Raiders
Yeah?
fired Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
Now, did you read the fake story about the ordering and the P.F. Chang's
No.
and the?
Tell me.
Okay, so the way this story goes down, I'm going to do it off the top of my head, and it's not real.
It'll
but
be better off the top of your head. Yeah.
Okay, so Josh McDaniels is a big Halloween fan.
Okay.
And he showed up for Halloween at the Raiders facilities in a Mark Davis costume with a little wig and all this stuff. And they ordered.
That's a hell of a wig.
Mark was like not cool with it, and then all of a sudden he said, well, let's order P.F. Chang's. So they order P.F. Chang's. And they have a nice meal, have a nice conversation, and at the end of it, Mark Davis says to Josh McDaniels, don't forget your fortune cookie. And he opens it and says, you're fired, hotshot. That's what the fortune cookie said. So this is the story that's going around.
I love this story.
It's
not
kind of like
real.
season 2 of White Lotus. No.
It's not real, but it is floating around the internet. Now, here's another story about Josh McDaniels.
This is great.
So supposedly when he was the head coach of the Denver Broncos,
For a hot minute.
they had a running back
Less than
named
2 years.
named Peyton Hillis.
I remember him, yes.
Okay. Now, the reports are allegedly Josh McDaniels traded Peyton Hillis because his wife thought Peyton Hillis was attractive.
Oh.
It's
another fake story.
This is another story. I have no idea if it's true or not, but there are people that were in the Denver Broncos organization at that time who are saying it's true.
But doesn't matter.
I think they traded him to the Browns. I do think he was traded.
It was traded to the Browns, and he wasn't.
And also, there's like a interesting footnote to the Peyton Hillis story. I think he saved people in some drowning thing.
Yes, he did.
Kids,
yeah,
his kids.
But Mrs. McDaniels was into him, so he got traded.
But it doesn't matter if it's real or not. It's fully believable.
Okay, so
it does matter if it's real. But okay, go ahead.
Well, this morning, on Good Morning Football on NFL Network.
Is this what you watch in bed?
I did not see this. I usually watch Get Up.
Okay.
This is from Good Morning Football. It's Gerald McCoy is leading the conversation about Josh McDaniels.
To both of you guys' point, Josh McDaniels was tough to play with, and I talked to people inside the building. It was just a lot, and you said they celebrated, and you were talking about, just coming off a high. Well, how I think they're feeling, to quote the phenomenal Munchkins of Munchkinland.
Come on, let's go.
Whoa.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Oh my
witch,
gosh.
oh witch, wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead.
Wow.
Wake up, you sleepy head. Rub your eyes, get out of bed. Wake up, the wicked witch is dead.
Oh, he just kept going.
She's gone where the goblins go below, below, below your hole. Let's open up and sing and ring the bells. Wake up the Mario, sing it high and sing it low. Wake up, the wicked witch is dead. Listen. Wow.
So there you have it.
Did not know that song had that many words.
Me either.
I did not know any words beyond Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead.
The thing about that, too, is that wasn't the first time he sang that song. He knew that song by heart. He didn't just learn it right before the show.
That's like Ireland
he knew
and the
that
Sound
song.
of Music.
Now, I wonder when Ireland gets back, could he sing that song?
We'll put him to the test.
We have to put him to the test next week.
Put him to the test.
Yeah. So hold on to that sound, mate.
Here's what I draw from all the stories, real or not, and Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead on Good Morning Football. People just do not like Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
People who played with him, people in the
Except
league.
for Brady.
Now everybody's piling on.
Oh, yeah, that's what happens.
With these stories. It's like they're dancing on his employment grave. Right? Are they not?
Yes.
Yes, they are.
I mean, where's Tom Brady to defend him? That's like the only guy who seems. Yeah. That's why he kept getting jobs.
Exactly.
He's in the Raiders front office as a part owner.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Brady's a part owner of the Raiders?
I don't know if that.
I thought it was the Aces.
Well,
yeah,
I
know
it's both. No, he's a part owner of the Raiders, isn't he?
I don't know about that.
I'm not sure. We'll check that.
He's definitely a part over the Aces.
Tell you what. Let's do this. We're talking
Tom
about
Brady and Mark Davis are collaborating on him becoming a minority owner of the Raiders franchise.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but I think they talked about it.
It didn't happen? I thought it happened.
It has to be approved by all them. Yeah,
regardless. We talk some Raiders, Josh McDaniels. We talk some I have been quietly talking about the Rams around here, but we talked about the Lakers and that disastrous performance last night. The Dodgers, will Andrew Friedman go to 7 years on Yamamoto? Are they in it on Shohei Ohtani? Any of that stuff is fair. And it's 2 o'clock call of the daytime, which is perfect. So 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN for the 2 o'clock call of the day. We will do it next. Momo is in for Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets? Yes. We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better. Yeah. Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the 5th row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
From the Mason and Ireland Mafia, Luis Lopez tweets, new drinking game, take a shot every time Mace mentions he's playing poker with John Hamm. I just don't remember the other celebrities. There are other famous people there.
Listen to me.
I'm a big John Hamm fan.
Everyone is a big John Hamm fan. He's like John Hamm.
Yeah. That's
Come
what I'm
on,
saying.
what are we talking? If you were playing poker with John Hamm, you would mention it every other time.
I am playing poker with John Hamm.
I mean,
That's why it's a
who's
drinking
from the
game.
community?
Carlos?
Yeah, Carlos. If you were playing with John Hamm, you'd be telling everyone too.
Yeah.
I would too.
Yeah.
John Hamm.
That's what I appreciate about you, Momo.
Come on.
You always have his back, no matter what
That's
he
my
says.
guy.
Mason, you connected.
Connected.
Always.
We have, what do they call?
Can we say something bad about him one time?
Connectivity?
Yeah.
Yeah. We.
I mean, look, I'll rip you
his
here
back.
and there.
Yeah.
Here and there, a little bit, little jab.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Bergman's here to rip me. That's his job.
I mean, I just
you rip me plenty. Like, let's be
I don't rip people.
I used to rip Bergman now.
I gently tease.
Yeah.
It's gentle tease.
Okay.
I used to rip you more.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I've softened.
I guess,
You've won me over. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 o'clock call of the day. Let's do this thing. Let's start with Freddie in Woodland Hills. Hey, Freddie, you're on 710. Good afternoon.
Hey, Steve, what's going on? Great to hear your voice again. I was just wondering why we let Lonnie Walker go. I know he wanted a bigger role and some more money, but I think he proved that in the playoffs that he deserved that. The guy was absolutely clutch. We needed him the most, where D'Lo just kind of shrank, and maybe I'm a little biased because I don't like D'Lo from his first stint around the Lakers.
Here, yeah.
I was just kind of wish we would have kept him, especially now with the way the season started.
Okay. Lonnie Walker had a great game in the playoffs. Like a game that you would call the Lonnie Walker game. Aside from that, I did not think he was especially impactful.
Yeah, he had a couple good games.
Yeah, he had a great game in the playoffs.
Yeah, in the playoffs it was good.
Yeah.
I mean, he was he had his moments.
Yeah.
But in terms of, he wasn't in the rotation for a lot of the year.
No, a lot of the year, yeah. Even in the playoffs, and then all of a sudden he was in the rotation, had that big game. Let's go to Billy in Burbank for the 204 call of the day. Hey, Billy, you're on 710. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Mace, hi, Momo. It's great to hear your voice, too.
Thank you.
Mace, I have a gripe with you. You were making fun of my man Flavor Flav from last Monday when he was singing the national anthem.
Yes.
I've been a singer for about 20 years, went to school for music education, and he hit those notes 98%.
Really? You think he hit the notes 98%?
Oh, yes, he was. He was great.
Wow. We just didn't.
Rapper.
Yeah. I just didn't hear the same thing you did. Bergman, did you think that was a good national anthem?
I didn't think he was as bad as you made him out to be. He just elongated everything.
Yeah,
so
he did. Here's the one thing. You're a music teacher, right, Billy? Or you're a music education guy?
Yes.
Okay. So the national anthem is a march. It's bum, 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 bum. He stretched it out over a long period of time. That's what I don't like. I think the national anthem's supposed to be.
I know, you just go right for it.
Yeah, I think it's supposed
dive
to be
in and
a minute and
through.
45 seconds. I hear people do that in 3.5 minutes because they're torturing those notes. I thought he was doing a little bit of that.
He's like, my time to shine.
Yeah, but, Marvin Gaye, Marvin Gaye's Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, I don't know if we... Billy, don't compare Flavor Flav to Marvin Gaye.
Oh, no, I know.
Marvin Gaye!
No, in terms of his style, and, just what he was feeling.
Okay.
And, he just...
Billy, thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, so Flavor Flav, big Flavor Flav fan. Do we have that anthem somewhere?
I'm sure it's in here. Can you find it, Brian?
Momo, have you heard it?
Say, does that star spangled
man.
banner yet wave?
Oh, I'm already bored.
He hits the notes.
Yeah.
He just elongates them.
Hang on. He hits it big
For
here.
the land of the free.
Okay.
Good note.
Yeah.
Squeak at the end.
And the whole.
Now torture this. Okay, now stretch this out as much as possible. Hang on. I'm not done yet.
Oh,
wait a minute. One more time.
Of the brave.
He still hits the notes.
I mean,
the notes are there.
Yeah.
He's all around him.
Yeah.
He's all around
He
the
is.
notes.
And there is some, like, pain in his voice.
It does sound like he's in pain. But Billy has got a different view, and that's what makes the world go round. Hang on. Lewis in Oregon is on the phone. Hey, Lewis, you are the – hang on a second. Lewis, you are the 207 call today. Good afternoon.
What's going on, fellas? So do you guys have Andrew Freeman on the other line? Because he's going to want to hear this, how we can get
He is
Ohtani.
a regular listener,
Yeah,
so
let's
you're
text him.
talking to him.
Hold on, I'll three-way right now.
All right, so hear me out. We all know that Ohtani wants a 10-year contract, and those 10-year contracts, the last 3 years of those contracts are always dead money. And he wants I think you said it was like 525.
Yep.
I don't know if this is possible, but why not the Dodgers pay him out for the first 7 years that he's actually going to contribute to the team, pay him a buttload of money, and those last 3 years of the contract is going to be $10 million a year. He's still going to get his money, but the last 3 years he's going to, hey, do us a favor. We gave you your $525 first 7 years. We're going to give you a lot of money. The last 3 years of your contract, you're going to be 37, 38, 39.
Yep.
Why don't you do us a favor, make it a farewell tour, and we're still going to get your money there.
So you're basically saying front load the contract, make the annual average value really high at the beginning, and drop it towards the end so you've got more flexibility when Ohtani is in his later years.
Exactly.
Now, Lewis, I like that. That's good. I think that's probably the kind of deal that Andrew Friedman is going to be looking at. He does love making offers that include a big annual average value, a big single-year salary.
It's like a bell curve.
Everything.
It's like a bell curve offer.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's one of my favorite subjects, let's do a 208 call of the day.
Oh, boy, here we
Harold
go.
is on the line. Harold, good afternoon.
What's happening? I just wanted to say, Steve Mason, are you not king of the bits? I just want to make sure. Was it not you and Ireland about 23 years ago doing the Wacom Species Haiskima bit, calling individuals from Japan to make sure their Japanese baseball players were legit, like the San Sheen that we saw at Dodger Stadium? Was that not you guys? I just wanted to make sure.
I don't recall anything that you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think you may have us mixed up with somebody else, I think, Harold.
I tell you what, one of the very first weeks that I heard you guys, it was awesome, and I want to say, ever since then, for the past 20-plus years, you guys deserve a walk on the Hollywood fame of all that thing. You're very, very much worth it. But I did want to say something about USC and the defense.
Yeah.
Shouldn't that song that Jeff McCoy, shouldn't that be sung for the Grinch guy that we just fired from USC? Fight on. Isn't that the thing that?
We lost him there. Wasn't sure. Do you want to interpret that call, Bergman?
Momo, what you got?
Yeah, what do you think?
I
don't remember the initial bit that he talked about.
It was something
Calling
about USC
Japan.
defense and
then USC defense.
Yeah, and Grinch.
But hey, thanks. He thought we should have a
You know
song in
what?
the Hollywood
What I
Walk of
took,
Fame. That's
that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a bit that you don't remember, but you'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it if it gets us to the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So have you heard that the Lakers may be interested in finding a way to possibly reacquire Alex Caruso?
I have not heard that. Did somebody write that?
Somebody wrote that.
That would make sense for them.
It would make sense. It would make sense, especially after a game like last night where, I mean, I'll tell you, Caruso would have gotten some of those 50-50 balls, set the tone for that team.
Yeah.
Because they just didn't want to be there last night. I thought that was
there was
I
just
understand
no
shorthanded,
cohesion.
but a very embarrassing performance.
It's the right word.
Yeah.
To get blown off the court like that.
Yeah, and I don't think Houston's a joke. Like they've got
They've
some
won,
nice
I think
young
they've won
players.
4 in a row.
4 in a row. They're on a 4-game winning streak. But the one thing I'll say, and you brought this up the other day when the Lakers were 29th in three-point shooting, they are now last in three-point shooting in the league. And there's an amazing stat about this. They have had fewer three-pointers and have shot for a worse percentage from three in each of their first 8 games.
Oh, so they're just getting worse.
They're getting worse as they go along.
Interesting.
And every game the other team has made more threes, and every game the other team has shot for a higher three-point percentage than the Lakers. When you think about it in that context, it's surprising that they're 3-5.
It is. You're right. That's true.
They haven't played that well.
Well, so what that makes me think is that the book is out.
Right.
So the scouting report is they're not very good at threes.
Yep.
If you challenge them, they're sort of forcing them and they won't make them, but they'll keep taking them, or they're not creating any space. So I'd have to ask a scout of why they're so bad at threes. Are they just missing open ones? My eye test tells me they're missing open ones.
Look at the end of the Miami game.
Oh, it's terrible.
I mean, they had 4 open threes.
Wide
open threes, completely clean looks, nobody close, and they couldn't sink the shots.
I'm going to come back to this Dennis Schroeder thing.
Okay.
Dennis Schroeder was Mr. Ice Water in my veins guy, right? He did the D-Lo. He took the D-Lo celebration and made it like a team celebration. D-Lo, Dennis Schroeder hit those open threes. Dennis Schroeder was a great catch and shoot guy last year. A lot of the big ones that when LeBron had the ball and he would set somebody up for an open three, like the one they got for Cam Reddish the other day. It was D'Lo. Dennis Schroeder made those.
Yeah,
D'Lo can make them. He has made them at a okay clip this year. What was he?
20, he was 9 of 18 last night, but a lot of that came during
garbage
time. Yeah.
I mean, the way they're playing is heavily reliant on LeBron and heavily reliant on guys to make open looks that LeBron creates for them.
Right.
That's it. It's just LeBron can score, and then LeBron draws 3 defenders. And you better hit the shots when he sends it to you, and they're just not making them.
What do we think of a site called Heavy.com?
Who's the reporter? I don't know what Heavy is. It Sean
Vaney?
Yeah.
It doesn't say anybody.
It doesn't say a byline here. I'll just read what they wrote. They talked to an Eastern Conference executive.
Yeah.
Well, just listen to it.
Okay.
Accept the premise.
Okay.
I know you're.
Well, that sounds thin to
more
me.
Plugged in than.
No, I'm just saying it sounds thin.
But tell me what you think of
the
content. The rumor around the Lakers was they regretted letting Alex Caruso go immediately after it happened. They knew that was a mistake. He's not the same player now, but the Lakers are worried they don't have enough of an edge. He could be someone that helps fix that. They wouldn't give up a first-round pick, but they could give up Jalen Hood-Schifino and another contract if they wait until December 15th, or Max Christie. He has some value. They're not giving up a pick, but they have young guys they can put up there. Now, do they have... I mean, is Chicago interested in getting off of Alex Caruso?
Well, Chicago is a team that you should watch because they're a very expensive team that doesn't win enough. They lost in the play-in last year. They got all these guys making a lot of money. DeRozan's due for an extension. Zach LaVine makes a lot, and so they really I think Windhorst said this on his podcast the other day. They're in the middle of a rebuild, but they don't know it yet.
Oh, okay.
They should be rebuilding, but they aren't.
Right.
Because they're not good enough to win with the team they have, and it's too expensive. So they doubled down. They gave Vucevic another contract this summer. They have DeRozan, who's eligible for a big contract.
Yeah,
they have Zach LaVine. So, they should, if they don't win enough at the beginning of this year, they should start trading those guys.
So, do you think... Well, first of all, as a Laker fan, I would love to see Alex Caruso back. He's one of my favorite players of the last decade that the Lakers have had. Really, really entertaining, fight, gritty, all that stuff, attitude, hard-nosed, all those good things you can say about Alex Caruso. But he would make a lot of sense for him.
He would.
Yeah. And I don't know if you could get him for Max Christie and Jalen Hood-Schifino, but if that was the deal with no draft capital,
I wouldn't
would
do
say
that.
You wouldn't do that?
Those are first-round picks. Those are guys who were taken in the first round who've played well in their limited minutes. I think they would both pop if they were given extended minutes.
Well, wait a minute. Alex Caruso would immediately toughen this team up.
I might do one. I wouldn't do both.
Okay.
To me, those are good players.
No, just not proven.
Yeah.
I keep hearing about Max Christie, and then
I know, and he never plays.
They never play him. All right, tell you what, coming up next, we are Momo, the sexiest man alive has been chosen.
There's a new one every year.
And there was a finalist, one of 5 finalists, who came from the world of sports.
Okay.
I want to tell you who that is coming up next. Do I have this? Am I going to do this? Yes, I am. So Mirror Audio Video has been serving L.A. sports fans for more than 40, count them, 40 years. Well, Isaac and Roy and the team at Mirror Audio Video can deliver for you products and services that others just don't offer, like cutting-edge home automation from Crestron, Lutron, and Control4. You want to have one-touch control over everything from your pool to your lights to your window shades? Mirror is the place. Better, faster Wi-Fi, gotta be Mirror. Plus, we can't stress this enough, world-class customer service. You know when you call some big company and they throw you into that automated mess? Not going to happen with Mirror. You call Isaac or Roy, they pick up, and just like that, you are taken care of. So, do like we do, have for years and years and years. Call Mirror Audio Video in Westwood, 310-234-4010. That's 310-234-4010. 310-234-4010. Tell them Mason and Ireland sent you. They will hook you up for sure. That's Mirror Audio Video in Westwood. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Every Friday.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free! Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
ESPN, don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
You know all that stuff that I teased right before we went to commercials there, Momo?
What's that?
I'll do it later. Because right now we got Matthew Berry, the talented Mr. Roto, on the line. If you've got a this or that question about your fantasy team, tweet at Venice Mace, M-A-S-E, and I'll start bouncing some of those off Matthew Berry as we go along here. Matthew Berry, welcome. How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm currently stuck in traffic, which I'm sure a lot of the listeners are as well, so I'm right there with you.
What city are we talking?
Yeah, where are you?
What traffic city?
I'm in New York City, actually. I have an event in the city tonight that I have to
it's
go to,
5:21 there. Afternoon drive. Ugh.
So I lived in New York City for a few years. I never drove. I always thought driving in New York City seemed like the most intimidating thing in the world. Do you get nervous driving in New York City?
I don't, but I think it's because I'm one of those drivers that you would get nervous about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're who
I
you
drive.
need to look out for.
I have driven there, and I
Yes,
feel like
exactly.
I have to get my game face on. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this. You gotta be really
You do have
brave.
to- you do have to focus a bit, but there's an old Jimmy Buffett song that's one of the lyrics is like, we are the people our parents warned us about. So I'm sort of like that. I am the driver
wow.
your parents warned you about. Yeah.
So as we look at this fantasy football weekend, the one player that has really jumped out at me, and I'm curious from a fantasy perspective, C.J. Stroud has been fantastic at Houston. Where do you have it? Like, I've got a question right here from Tortuga. C.J. Stroud or Lamar Jackson? Now, that's a
The
quality
actual
problem
Tortuga
to have.
or just the...
That's the Tortuga.
Because that's like in the British Virgin Islands.
Yeah, well, this is somebody who goes by that handle.
Got it.
So C.J. Stroud or Lamar Jackson? Now, I think the answer is going to be Lamar Jackson, but C.J. Stroud is really good, right?
He really is. I mean, I'll tell you, C.J. Stroud, I have him at QB6 this week. I mean, look, Houston's playing Cincinnati. Last 4 weeks, the Bengals are a bottom 2 pass defense. They struggle. I mean, we saw Josh Allen, the Bills have a trouble with their secondary, but the Bills moved the ball very easily against Cincinnati. Meanwhile, Lamar Jackson has been really brilliant from an NFL perspective, but fantasy-wise, he's been bad the last couple of weeks. They play Cleveland. That should be a low-scoring game. The Browns have one of the best defenses in the NFL. As crazy as it sounds, I don't think you're wrong because I have them basically at 5-6, but I wouldn't mind starting C.J. Stroud. I do think, just as an overall question about Stroud, it's legit because he's playing, not only is he playing at a high level, but it's an offense that can't run the ball, and they struggle on defense. So everything sort of works towards them throwing a lot, and Stroud's playing at such a high level, the emergence of Nico Collins and Tank Dell and Noah Brown and Dalton Schultz, they have a lot of weapons all of a sudden in Houston. So it's an aggressive play caller there as well.
This is an interesting question from Juan Diaz. Will Levis or Sam Howell?
Yeah, it's Sam Howell. I do get the question. Levis is the new starter in Tennessee. They've announced he will be the guy for the rest of the year. Big arm. By the way, a fantasy player himself, Will Levis. So rooting for the kid.
Oh, nice.
Really like him a lot. Yeah, I interviewed him. Every year I go to the NFLPA Rookie Premiere, and I interview like 45 rookies. And, before the interview, I always introduce myself. I am Matthew Berry. Hey, this is going to be about fantasy football, blah, blah, blah. And the guys are usually like, yeah, okay, got it. And it's like I was going to introduce myself. Will Levis was like, dude, I know who you are, 3-time champ over here. And I'm like, oh. So, yeah, Levis actually plays fantasy football. I wonder if he has himself on his team. But the answer to the question here, so he's an easy kid to root for, but Howell is the answer. Did you know that since week 4, Howell is a top 5 fantasy quarterback?
Wow.
They just throw so much. Their defense is bad. It's been bad for a while. Trading Montez Sweat and Chase Young only made it worse. They're on the road at Seattle where they're almost a touchdown underdog. That's the thing. They get down in these games and they have to keep throwing. And so I have Howell as a top 10 play this week. Again, the volume gets them there.
Let me rapid fire some of these at you, Matthew. At tight end, Taysom Hill or George Kittle?
It's crazy that this conversation. I'm going to go with Kittle, though I get it with Taysom Hill, who is a viable streamer.
How about Latavius Murray or Jamison Williams, full PPR flex?
Oh, I'm going to go with Murray. He's got the better chance of falling into the end zone. We just haven't seen Jamison Williams used a lot in Detroit.
Deontay Johnson or Amari Cooper?
Deontay Johnson. Amari's playing Ravens. Baltimore's the best defense in the NFL, it feels like, them in Cleveland.
Another Will Levis question. Kyler Murray or Will Levis? Kyler Murray apparently playing on Sunday.
Yeah, he's coming back. I know that we haven't seen him in a year, but I prefer Kyler Murray because there is some rushing upside to Will Levis. I would go with Murray.
Another one, Kyler Murray or Trevor Lawrence?
That one's Trevor Lawrence. Again, we haven't seen Kyler Murray for 331 days.
Yeah.
Now I like him better than Will Levis on the road at Tampa Bay. I do get the question. Tampa Bay is a bad pass defense, but I have Kyler slightly higher than Levis, but I have Lawrence as a top 10 play. The Niners defense is not the Niners defense of old. They've been bad recently.
So, Matthew, we've been talking a lot. Actually, Momo's here. I don't know if you knew that. Momo Shelburne.
I did.
So we've been talking a lot about this thing that I'm going to write for you, and Momo is skeptical about my ability, my writing ability.
I'm not. Your samples did not give me a whole lot of insight into your abilities.
Yes.
But I know you as a person, and I think you have some depth. So I think that there's going to be a good story coming.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I think this is a no-lose situation for me, Ramona.
Right.
Because one of two things happens. Either Mason knocks it out of the park, and it's great, and it's awesome, and I have an awesome open, right?
Yep.
Or it's terrible, and then I can just make fun of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's really for the next year.
Yeah, no lose for you.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I will say, because Ramona's such a brilliant writer.
She is.
I will say, if Ramona said, I want to do it, you'd be bumped, just to be clear.
Oh, I totally I would be bumped. I get it.
You get that.
Yeah. I've been helping him workshop some ideas.
Yeah, we've been workshopping ideas. So
I think he's got a good one.
We're working on something. So, Matthew, before we let you go,
you know what would be great, Steve? You know what would be great?
What?
Because I can't imagine ESPN would let Ramona write an article for me. But what would for NBC Sports?
Yeah.
But what would be great is if because Ramona, in addition to she's so brilliant with her features, but she breaks stories. She's known, but be really what if she has one of her crappy stories that she doesn't want to deal with? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Maybe she gives you a story that you could break in a fantasy football column. Just one of her that's a back burner. She hadn't gotten around to it. It's not one.
Let me think on that one.
Bring down an
but it would have to be
like
football related.
Sterling and the whole thing.
Yeah, break a story. That's another good approach.
Yeah.
Bergman, you had something for Matthew.
Sorry, Matthew, I got one for you. It's Donta Foreman or Kareem Hunt.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Kareem Hunt, and it's always dangerous. I get it because they're about ready to play the game. I just don't know what's going to go on with the Chicago backfield. I think Foreman stays in the lead tonight, but this feels like an ugly, low-scoring game tonight against Carolina Thursday night. I tend not to like running backs on Thursday night if I can help it, just because there's a short turnaround from Sunday.
Yeah.
And I feel anecdotally maybe they get a little less work, and it's just not a good offense. Tyson Bagent, or as I like to call him, Teabag, is going to start tonight. So who knows? He spells his last name Bagent, B-A-G.
It's a hell of a reference.
Teabag.
Yeah.
Teabag.
Say that to his face.
Yeah.
I don't
know.
Yeah. Hey, Matt, what the hell is going on with Mahomes?
Matthew Berry's ever said.
What the hell's going on with Mahomes this year? I mean, he's kind of a teabag himself this year,
Well, yeah, Patrick Mahomes has not played up to expectations. It's been tough. It's been really tough. The whole offense. It's weird. No one's really paying that much attention because the Chiefs' defense has been so good and they've been winning. But you're absolutely right, Momo. It just, from a fantasy perspective, he hasn't been. It's been inconsistent. I think part of the problem is that he just hasn't had the same consistency from his receivers. The best receiver outside of Kelsey is Rashee Rice, the rookie, and he's still kind of, getting his legs. I really like Rashee Rice long term, but he's a rookie, so he's finding his moments. And it's so stupid because I think it's all coincidence. But the truth is that when Taylor Swift is there, Kelsey's played well. When Taylor Swift hasn't been there, he hasn't put up big numbers. She wasn't in Germany.
She's in Buenos Aires right now. She's not going to be at the game.
This is a thing.
Yeah.
He plays better when she's there.
Yep.
He is. Now, they're on a bye this week, so here's hoping they use the bye this week to sort of fix it out. But you're absolutely right. It has certainly been a disappointing season for offensively, statistically, for the Chiefs.
Is she moving like betting lines? Like, is she moving fantasy projections?
Travis actually addressed this at a press conference where they asked him. No, I swear to God, they said to Travis, they said, "Hey, is she?" Because he did an interview. He did a press conference when he was in Germany for the Germany game, and they literally asked him, "Is Taylor Swift coming to the game?" And he just said, "I know when she shows up. The projections on my yards and catches." Which he's talking about the prop lines.
The prop
He's like, "I know that the lines move around
Amazing.
me." that there's, so I'm not going to say anything. Weirdly, she does move the line a little bit, not a significant amount, but just enough.
That's crazy.
Whoa.
That's
just
crazy.
Enough.
All right, so last thing for you, Matthew.
She's the most powerful person in the country, I think, right now.
At the moment, I think.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it's her world, and we just live in it.
She's a one-woman economy is what she is.
Yeah, she really is.
So, Matthew, NBCSports.com, the love-hate column. You've got I Get Your Fantasy Life newsletter first thing every morning. You've got the Fantasy Football Happy Hour. What do you want to highlight here?
Yeah, so you can get that newsletter at fantasylife.com. It's a 100% free site, lots of great tools. And the other thing I'll mention is you mentioned Happy Hour, which is my podcast and the show we do on Peacock. But I'll mention on Sunday mornings, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, we do fantasy football pregame. And it's on Peacock and the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. If you didn't get your question answered here, we answer more questions than any other pregame show. So tweet us using the hashtag FFPregame or just get into the YouTube in the chat, and you'll get your question answered on air. So it's really a fun show. We sit in a bar and we drink and we do shots and talk football. It's very different than my old gig.
It's a good gig. It's a good gig, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Matthew, thank you. Have a great weekend. Have a great football weekend, and I'm working on this story, okay?
What, are you delivering it next week? We didn't decide what date. Are you going to do it for next week?
A week from Wednesday.
Okay.
I need a week. A week from Wednesday.
A week from this upcoming Wednesday.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So it gives me a little more
he's
time.
done 58 straight days, Matt. 58 straight
58
days.
straight shows, yeah.
This is a PR for Steve Mason.
It's a personal record.
He's about to go soak in some hot tubs this weekend.
Well, I hope that makes its way into the column.
Yes, there you go.
Exciting.
Hey, Matthew, thank you, man.
See you guys.
All right, there's Matthew. Very talented Mr. Roto. And, yeah, they're right in that column.
Taylor Swift moves betting lines. That's what I took from that call. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, she does.
Shake it up. Shake it up.
Yeah. We don't do a lot of...
I know it's a no T
we don't
Swift
do
zone.
a lot of Taylor Swift on the show.
I know, we
People got
OD'd.
very sick of it, and then we stopped doing it. I think that rule is still in effect.
Has enough time passed?
Nope. Not enough. Not enough. All right, coming up next for you, there are 5 finalists for People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive. One of them is an NFL star, but not anybody you're thinking of. That's coming up next. Mason in Ireland, Momo in for John, 710 ESPN.
It is the inaugural ESPN.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the 5th row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
Return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN. Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction. Both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station. 710 ESPN.
Oh, God.
This is one of my favorites.
Good for you. All right, tomorrow is the day for the inaugural ESPN LA Veterans Day Golf Tournament at Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda. It's presented by Subaru. Love. It's what makes Subaru a Subaru. Come on out, party with
Hard
Cappy.
thing to say over and over.
It is. Come
Subaru.
out, party with Cappy, producer Lindsay, corporate Greg, Chris Morales, as they broadcast live from the 18th hole balcony from 1 to 5:30 tomorrow. Food, drinks, giveaways, more. Tomorrow, starting at 1 at Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda. It's 3:30, isn't it? It's not 5:30. Are you there till 5:30?
Yeah, we're there till 5:30.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Long day.
It's a long day, long
right,
show.
How many days in a row have you worked?
106.
I took a week off in August.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
But then my last break before that was the year before in March, April.
Okay,
Ooh.
good.
So, yeah.
I never
feeling
thought
pretty
I would
good.
somehow get grief over this.
I know this.
No, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Brian?
What's up, fool?
You forgot what's up, fool.
Oh, it's too early.
It's
Yeah.
too early. This is our last. We still have to finish this
Oh,
segment.
there's another segment.
and
I
then,
see.
yeah.
Because we're at this time, so
Right.
we're running super late. So then what's up, fool's
Yeah,
going to
you
come
went
out.
along with Matthew Berry, which is totally
you know,
fine.
I
because
started
it's
asking
really
about
good.
Taylor Swift and how she
Yeah,
moved the betting line.
stop
I
with
know.
the
You were
Taylor
like,
Swift.
rap, Ramona.
Yeah. All right, so the sexiest man alive has been chosen. It's People Magazine does this every year, and this year there were 5 finalists.
Okay. This is a way of just getting more people in there.
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
The nominees were Pedro Pascal.
Oh, yeah, okay. He had a
who's
good year.
From,
the Outbreak movie thing.
The great show.
The one that was
The
too
Last
scary
of
for
Us.
me.
The Last of Us.
Yeah, he's
What
been in
a
a lot of
great
stuff, but
show.
yeah.
Too scary for me.
The
Oh,
Mandalorian.
it's not even scary.
It is.
It was not scary.
I thought
Fungi.
it was not scary.
Killer fungi. Ah.
Okay.
Monster zombies. Ah.
Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, yeah.
Why do people like him?
I think
He's skinny, small.
Yeah, I think the
I could give you an answer, but it's not suitable for air.
Okay.
So it's the same reason people like
No. So
the ex
there's an appeal.
SNL guy that dated Kim Kardashian.
No,
thing?
totally different. Totally different.
Yeah. No, Timothy Chalamet, who's going to be in Wonka. They're making a sequel to.
Oh,
Willy
that's so
Wonka.
perfect for him
Yeah.
as Gene Wilder. Perfect. Yeah.
Usher, who I think is
No.
doing the halftime show at the Super Bowl this year.
Really?
Yeah. Jamie Foxx,
That's an interesting choice.
Lenny Kravitz.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but that could be any year. Has he done
Patrick-
something new?
Travis, not Travis Kelce, Jason Kelce.
Okay.
So Jason Kelce of the Eagles, here's what he said about being named a finalist for Sexiest Man Alive.
Like, are you actually one of the sexiest men alive, in your opinion? Because People Magazine says you are you?
I'm not even the sexiest man in my family, let alone sexiest man alive. I mean, what are we talking about here?
So, Momo, you're an expert. Jason Kelce.
No.
No. Okay.
I mean, it's got. I guess he's got the like bear look or something. He's like a lumberjack or
The
something.
lumberjack look, yeah. And then the winner of Sexiest Man Alive this year is Patrick Dempsey, who I have not seen since Grey's Anatomy.
Like half the people on the list I haven't seen in a while. What's Lenny Kravitz done lately?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Usher. When's the last?
Well, Usher's doing the halftime show.
I
at
know,
the
but has
Super
he
Bowl.
done something recently that was relevant? I mean, did I miss an album or something? Could have happened.
Would you have bought an Usher album?
No, I don't buy albums
Okay,
anymore.
so
Just listen to album music.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Where's Patrick Dempsey actually been?
I don't know. He doesn't. I think he's done a couple things, but Grey's Anatomy was the last thing I know of.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why? But what is it about him? What is he doing that is special?
I know.
What sexy,
I would have gone with Pedro.
What sexy things is he doing? I don't even know. A lot of these people.
He was in Disenchanted. Enchanted was funny. It was a Disney show, the Disney movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It was funny.
Yeah.
I liked that movie. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I got too.
Oh, you know what? He's in the new Thanksgiving horror movie.
Oh, yeah, it's coming out in a couple weeks. See, that's what it is.
There's always some kind of
It's
tie-in.
always a promo tie-in.
Yeah.
He's the sexiest man alive because he's got a movie coming out for Thanksgiving, so of course they're going to stick him on the cover at every check stand in the country.
That's ridiculous. And he's also in a movie called Ferrari as Piero Taruffi.
Oh, well, that's actually going to be a big movie. I didn't realize
it's a
that.
big movie.
That's a big
He
movie.
was in Disenchanted. He was in something called Devil's TV series.
Well, congratulations on being sexy.
I mean, it's kind of why they have careers.
I want to know about the Timothy Chalamet thing. What is it that it is? Is there a way you can couch it? I've been saying couch a lot. I don't know why.
Yeah.
How do I? Mace knows what I want to say.
He's just a skinny little dude.
No,
I mean, there's.
Do you know what it is that she's talking about?
No, I
No,
don't.
you don't.
I
Okay.
don't.
There's
It's not the BDE.
No, I don't think
no,
so.
No. I mean, there's there. Okay, it's somewhere. How do I say this on the air? There's something about. There's a Leonardo DiCaprio thing about the skinny guy with the pretty face and everything. But it was the movie he was in. That was the movie where he fell in love with a guy.
Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah, so.
That
hot.
was the one.
So hot.
All right,
It's just.
There you go.
It was just something about that movie that I think everything else he's in now.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well,
okay.
women
I
love
don't.
him.
Yeah.
Women love him.
He is, and he's dating like Kendall Jenner, which is so random.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah. That's why he's on the list.
All right.
He's in a lot of things.
Now is the time for What's Up,
What's
Fool?
up, fool?
Yeah, I don't have anything, but maybe Brian does.
Okay, maybe Brian's got stuff. We got that coming up. You've got nothing, Bergman.
I mean, I could find something
Okay,
quick.
find
Oh
something.
boy, is it gonna be like when you read that one yesterday? I heard you in Sedano.
Well, I just, sometimes
What's
I
up,
can't
fool?
speak,
totally
right?
mangled that one. It was
Yeah.
like.
I have
So this-
some.
But we've all been there.
Oh, I
We've
do it
all
every
mangled
read.
Stuff. It's
I
not
have-
that
I
big.
have
Every
trouble
read I
speaking
do that.
sometimes.
Yeah. All right, so What's Up, Fools? Coming up next, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Look at that. How do I follow that? I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Morales. All right, so Shohei Ohtani is doing something pretty cool.
Okay.
He is going to donate 60,000 baseball gloves to 20,000 Japanese elementary schools. And he says, I'm happy to announce that I will be donating approximately 60,000 youth baseball gloves to every elementary school in Japan. That comes out to around 20,000 elementary schools. I'm hoping the kids can spend their days happily with a lot of energy through baseball, which is very cool.
Yeah.
However, the math doesn't really add up.
In what way?
So 60,000 gloves to 20,000 schools. That's 3 gloves per school.
Yeah.
So is he trying to say something else and it just got mistranslated? Does that
No.
I mean, 60,000 gloves is a lot.
That's a lot. That's a huge.
And it's not 60,000 gloves to 20,000 schools.
Right.
Because that would be too many gloves.
Correct. I like the sentiment.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I understand the details because they will be short on gloves if they go to that many schools.
You get a glove, you get a glove, you get a glove, and that's it.
3 kids get gloves.
At a
Everybody
time.
else plays barehanded.
Right.
Yeah. So I think maybe a little more thought.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's something lost in translate. I'm not sure.
It could be, but that just 3 gloves per school.
But I do like the sentiment.
I do like the sentiment about getting kids into baseball and all that. I think that's great.
Yes.
I don't know, but the numbers.
Nope, numbers don't work. Numbers don't work.
Yeah.
Math, tricky math.
What's up, Fu?
All right, guys. CJ Stroud, after practice this week, was on the podium, and he had this to say: "Football players want to hoop, hoopers want to play football, but everyone just wants to play baseball." Now, when I think of this, I think it is because the tale of playing baseball is the hardest thing to do in any sport is to hit a baseball. Is that what you think he's kind of getting at? Is baseball is the
baseball
hardest
you
sport?
don't get hit.
Right.
Everybody thinks baseball is easy. They think that you just can sit back and you don't have to be as in shape, or you don't have to get hit by anybody or train or get knocked over. That's why people want to play baseball. They think it's easy.
So the quote again is: football players want to hoop, hoopers
want to play football.
Want to play football, and they all
I definitely see that.
play baseball.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think, first of all, I don't know if the NFL, I understand. Football players, that's a rough job.
Yeah.
Basketball players, you don't take the beating the way you do in the NFL. Baseball, but the problem is baseball is 162 games, which is a super grind. Basketball is 82, football is 17. If you could pick your sport, what would you pick?
Soccer.
No, of these 3.
Oh, of those 3?
Football, basketball, baseball.
Baseball.
Even though it's 162.
I know it's a grind, but I know what you're saying, but it's like the level of training you have to do for basketball. Oh my God, you have to be in unbelievable shape.
Yeah.
Football, you just get hit and get hurt all the time.
Right.
You be on painkillers every day. Baseball, I mean, comparatively.
Bergman, football, baseball, basketball, you got one.
Football, baseball, basketball. I would prefer basketball. I'd want to
You
play
would
basketball.
wanna
I
play
would
basketball.
want to play basketball, but probably baseball and just sitting around would be the
Yeah, there's a lot of standing around.
Yeah, I just wanna
Relief
read that.
pitcher? Yeah.
Long reliever,
Yeah.
down in the pen.
I mean, the most fun, I think, would be basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah,
would
I
be fun.
agree. Yeah,
Brian,
football
are you,
doesn't
where
sound
are you?
fun.
Baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah, man.
Give
Sit
him a
out the
diamond.
park. I mean, sit in the dugout all the time.
Yeah.
Eat some seeds.
Exactly.
What if you were like the long reliever?
the
you
black
know,
pepper
like
seeds?
That's
pitch
a
every
good
4
job.
days.
The
Yeah.
long reliever job is a really good job.
I mean, you have to train. You have to stay in shape and
Sure.
keep your arm in shape, but it's not the same as basketball.
No, definitely not.
What's up, Fu?
All right, guys. So recently, a $2 bill from 2003 sold at auction for $4,000.
Wow.
What is it?
A $2 bill.
I have some
that
of
was
those.
created in 2003. Right. So this is my question: is
Ah.
I've collected them over time.
$2 bills?
$2 bills, but then I always end up, spending them.
Oh,
Maybe
no,
like
I
a
never
month
spend
later.
them.
Yeah, I have
No.
had them. I spend them. So is there anything like kind of rare like that, or an old coin or the $2 bill? Like someone said,
my
"You gotta
grandma
check
used
for
to.
any
My
2003."
grandmother in Texas used to own a convenience store, and so she would. Every time she got like cool stuff, like the Buffalo nickels,
Yeah.
or the $2 bills, she'd save them and send it to us. So I have lots of stuff.
See, you probably know all about it.
Yeah.
I got a ton of $2 bills from bar mitzvahs. Like when you're playing Heads Up 7-Up, or not Heads Up 7. It was playing Pepsi 7-Up, something like that, whatever it was.
I wouldn't spend them though.
When you win them, no, I still have them.
You
Yeah.
still have them?
I still have all of them.
Yes,
I can
one
bring
of
them in.
these just sold for $400,000.
Apparently, the year that they are the 2003 ones are
Oh,
worth
no,
a lot
these-
of money right now.
Yeah. I
Why
don't
the
think
2003? I have
don't
some
know.
from like
Maybe that's the
1983.
first year, the original year.
No, it was much
No.
earlier than that. It was in the 80s. I used to get them when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
they
got
were
them,
just
I got
like
them
a
at bar
misprint or
mitzvahs.
something, maybe?
I was going to the bar mitzvahs, so that I was 13.
So extremely rare,
It was
though.
27 years ago.
Probably
Yeah.
that year was very rare.
I would have them appraised, Greg.
I
You got to take your
literally
$2
have-
bills to the appraisal place
got
and
like
see if you
8
nail
of them.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Or not.
Thanks, Brian.
No, it
Yeah.
could be. Could be a
It
lot
could
of
just
money.
be like worth
be
$2.
$2.
Yeah, it's worth at least 2.
What's
I'm
up,
gonna look
Fu?
this up.
All right, so the Hollywood Improv recently had their 60th anniversary. They've been in business over there 60 years, and now they have a new Netflix special. called the Improv 60 and Still Standing.
Nice.
And I've been there a few times, seen a couple shows. Do you guys like seeing comedians who you don't know, like no-name comedians, or would you rather go see a big name, if you could choose?
I love comedy, and I have a lot of friends who are stand-up comics. Obviously, Sue Kalinsky, who I work with on the Culture Pop podcast, is a comic. I'll tell you what, the Improv is just a legendary place. I'm glad you brought it up. Bud Friedman gets a lot of credit for it, as he should. His wife, a woman named Silver Saunders, was actually the co-founder of the Improv.
Okay.
And Sue is working on a documentary about her because she had every bit of success in that Bud Friedman did. I love seeing random comedy. When I lived in New York, in particular, I would find myself 2 o'clock in the morning at the Comedy Cellar, and somebody would roll in. Norm Macdonald. I saw Jerry Seinfeld come up and do comedy for like 8 people at the Comedy Cellar one night. I love hanging out at comedy clubs. The sad thing is, my favorite comedy club in New York, Caroline's, has closed in Times Square, and I love that place. I saw Kevin Meaney there, who's a great comic. The night it turned 2000 in New York. We were right in Times Square. And
we all thought
Kevin
we weren't
Meaney.
really sure what was going to happen.
We did not know. There was like this awe over the crowd.
And then it was like, Y2K, what's going to happen?
It was nothing.
It was just Y2K.
What, did you go see stand-up comedy?
No, not that much. I've seen like Amy Schumer, and I've seen a couple of the big names like in person, you know, and Bette Midler was great.
So you're more see a big name person.
Yeah, but I think maybe when I get older, I would go to a random comedy club and just watch people. But I think right now, I'm going to go see the big names.
Yeah.
Tried and true.
I like comedy. By the way, my friend Kathy Ladman just did a spot on The Tonight Show.
Cool.
Where, and we've talked about this. You spend like a year coming up with 5 minutes.
With 5 minutes. 5 good minutes.
5 good minutes.
What's the one that I like on the TV show about that? With Gene Smart.
Oh,
Hacks.
Yeah, Hacks.
Great
is
show.
A great show.
Yeah.
Great show. What about you, Brian? Do you go see comedy?
I do quite often, yeah. I've seen the big names. Recently, I just saw Adam Sandler. That was pretty good at the Honda Center.
Oh,
nice.
That
was a pretty good show.
Who opened for him?
Yeah, Rob Schneider and special guest John Mulaney actually was there, so that was pretty cool.
Oh, John Mulaney's one of the
that was
funniest guys.
Yeah.
And Sandler is a personal hero of mine. I love Sandler.
Yeah,
I
he
have
played
so
a
much
lot of
respect
music
for Kent.
up
I have
there.
so much respect. That takes so much guts to get up there and do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Momo, if Ireland and Mason both did 5 minutes, who would be funnier?
It's a good,
I want to say Mace because I think he's got, that's my guy, okay?
Yeah.
But also, like, I think Ireland might be pretty funny because he would probably get himself canceled.
What's up, players?
Like, he would really cross lines.
Well, that's why I think he would be funnier, because he would say whatever he was thinking and what he thinks is some
I think
crazy
I've got
stuff.
a bad route. You think I don't say what I'm thinking?
You won't go blue.
I will go blue.
No, you might say some curse words, but you won't do anything out of bounds.
Like,
Ireland
you
will.
would probably have the more professional delivery, but Ireland would, like, let it rip in a way that I hope there's no cameras on.
Ireland would be like the first season of Marvelous Miss Maisel, just going up there drunk and saying whatever comes out the top of her head.
You think that's what he would do?
Yeah. I don't think you would.
I can out-comedy him.
You want to say that, but you won't out-funny him.
I can out-comedy him.
You can go out of bounds.
I could spend a year and do a set.
Spend a year?
That nails
Are
it.
you going to go to, like, comedy clubs all up and down the
Mandy's.
I-5?
I want you both to do it at the Mandy's.
Here's why I don't want it to be at the Mandy's.
Why?
It's too friendly a crowd. I want an actual crowd
that's going to rip you while you're...
Well, that's going to make a fair assessment. Frankly,
it's true.
At the Mandy's, we can say anything and get
And you're
a laugh.
funny, I know.
Right? 'Cause
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
such a warm crowd. I say go to the Improv, do 5 minutes, let's see what we got.
If we can set it up, you and Ireland, but you have to
Summer.
have to go
This summer.
But you have to go blue.
Well,
what does that mean,
you
go
don't
blue?
have to work. Jerry Seinfeld doesn't work blue. You don't have to work blue.
Okay, I mean, I guess you can do whatever you want, but that's the problem. He's going to, and you won't. So I think he'll be funnier. Yeah, I think you're funny.
What does it mean, go blue?
Like
sex jokes.
Oh.
Yeah, like you go out of bounds, like racist
When he talks
jokes
about
or-
young women that are not age appropriate for him.
Yeah, he does that.
Shouldn't do it on the air, but he can do it at the improv.
At the improv, it's fine. All right, there you have it. There is your What's Up, Fool for today.
What's up, fool?
Coming up next for you, you know who's getting a lot of grief right now? Al Michaels.
I heard about this, and I want to say some things.
Excellent. We will do that coming up next for you. Real quick, let me mention that tonight, this is big. Tonight, Thursday Night Football is at 909 Sports Bar at Yamava Resort and Casino. Producer Lindsay's going to be out there along with the 710 Fun and Games Department for a party, giving away $1,000 every Thursday night. That's tonight from 4 to 7 at the 909 Sports Bar. Win cash and watch football with Lindsay Baseball. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Coming up next at 4 p.m.
It's the LAF.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
So anyways, there I was at the movies on Saturday. Saw a really good movie. If you're an Elvis Presley fan, like Bergman.
Overrated.
It's a movie about him falling in love with Priscilla Presley.
Okay.
And it's mostly about her.
Sounds
but,
riveting.
But what's creepy is he was 25 and she was 14 when they originally met.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Too young.
Super creepy.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah. So anyway, there I am at the movies. And I'm at the AMC, where I like to go, and I order the popcorn, and they asked me if I wanted their butter flavoring.
Uh-huh.
Now, what is their butter flavoring? Why isn't it just butter? Why is
should
it
be
butter
melted butter.
flavoring?
I'm sure the food scientists have an answer.
I can't believe it's not butter.
No, it's all powdered
definitely not
something.
Here is what I did some
Velveeta.
research.
Cheese.
It's soybean oil mixed with something called TBHQ and other chemicals.
Ugh.
That's what they put on your popcorn? When I owned theaters, we always had real butter.
It tastes really good.
Yeah.
Well, I think butter flavoring probably makes it so that you don't get too much grease.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get soggy.
But it's not butter.
But it's not butter.
Don't call it butter flavoring.
No.
It's like some chemical stuff. I don't even
I think
use
all
this
this
stuff.
chemical stuff is just so bad for
Yeah.
us. Eat real food, people.
Yes. All right, so Momo, we should talk about the Lakers a little bit here. Lakers last night get their doors blown off in Houston. It was an embarrassing game. There was very little effort. There was no urgency whatsoever. They didn't get to a 50-50 ball all night. It looked like they didn't even want to be there, and they got destroyed. Now, granted, they're shorthanded. Rui Hachimura did come back last night, but Anthony Davis was gone for the game. But they're going to have to learn to play and to win through injury because it's going to happen all year long. You're going to have to survive for some number of games without Anthony Davis on the floor or without LeBron James on the floor. And what does this core look like? Right now, this core doesn't look very good without those guys.
I don't think they have an identity. I mean, there's a revolving door of players who've been in and out of the lineup. The only guy who's really been there is LeBron.
Right.
He's like kind of the only constant. And I just don't think you can... I think last year they really came together over the Westbrook trade.
Yes.
And there's nothing unifying them right now. I'm not in a place where you're like, okay, they're really in trouble. They need to make changes.
No, we're not there.
It's like they're 3-5. They've lost on the road. They've had some injuries, whatever. But Anthony Davis and LeBron have played in, I think, 6 out of the 8 games. At least 6. Anthony AD missed this game.
Wasn't this the first game?
Yeah, it was so they played 7 out of the 8 games. That's
7
not
out
good.
of the 8 games.
That's
yeah.
not good. Like
No.
if I would have told you Anthony Davis and LeBron play 7 out of the first 8 games,
yeah,
I would have thought their record was a lot better, especially considering some of the teams they had on the schedule.
So there are a couple of things that come out of this game that I think are telling. One is that, and if you watched any Lakers game this year, from the start, you know they are a disaster in the first quarter.
Every game.
Every game. They have been outscored by 74 points in first quarters. That is the worst margin through 8 games in NBA history. They're in a ditch every night, and they've got to dig their way out of it. And they have also been historically bad from the three-point line. They're the first team to make fewer threes and shoot a worse percentage from 3 than their opponent in each of their first 8 games.
Wow.
And last night, by the way, they were out-rebounded 57-34. Now, a lot of this stuff, honestly, there's no excuse for a lack of effort. There's no excuse for a lack of urgency. And I think that's what we're seeing on a night-to-night basis. They're not matching the other team's energy, which is why they're in a ditch right at the start of every game.
I know, and that gets exhausting to always be climbing out of that ditch.
Yeah.
Like, it gets frustrating, exhausting, whatever. I don't see the cohesion yet, and it's really hard to judge that when you've had so many key injuries early on. It matters when Vando hasn't played at all, and Rui's played like 3 games, and he just came back. Gabe Vincent hasn't played at all. I also think that Austin Reeves' slow start really hurt them. He's come around, but he's not the same factor that he was.
He's not been, frankly, he's just not been very good.
No.
He's just not been good. And he doesn't look like the same guy as we had last year. Doesn't look like the guy who got raves during the summer.
I know.
Playing for Team USA. I'm not sure what's going on.
When you look at the teams that are winning last night. So I watched the Denver Golden State game that was on afterwards.
Right.
It's a completely different brand of basketball.
In what
there's
way?
2 teams that know who they are and what they're doing out there. They have a system. They're running it.
Right.
They know Draymond Green cannot play, and they're okay because they run the system and somebody else steps in. Jokic can make bad mistakes. He made 2 really bad mistakes at the end of the game. He missed 2 free throws, and he had a turnover at the end of the game, and they still won.
Yeah.
And it was okay, and they didn't have Jamal Murray. These are teams that you can miss your star because everybody else knows the style of basketball that's being played.
Right.
And how they're supposed to be doing things.
All right, so I wanted to mention this Fifth Row Fridays. If you are paying attention, if you're keeping notes, it is a big, big benefit to you. There's a question from Monday show, Tuesday show, Wednesday, today, and tomorrow. If you can answer all 5 tomorrow at 3:30, you win 5th row tickets to see Lakers versus Blazers on November 12th. That's next week at Crypto.com Arena. Listen every day. If you got to, go back and listen to the podcast and take some notes. If you can answer all 5 questions tomorrow, you will win 5th row tickets at a Lakers game presented by BBGO, the official game day snack of the Los Angeles Lakers. All right, so there's an interesting conspiracy theory out there. I don't know if you guys have even heard this. So Dan Le Batard, who's great, Dan Le Batard show with Stugatz, they were toying around with this idea. Everybody's seen Aaron Rodgers out on the field before games. This last week, apparently throwing 50-yard passes during warm-ups. Le Batard's thought is that the injury was originally not as serious as it was described. He says, Aaron Rodgers, I think your doctors are fake. I want to debate you on, I believe your doctors are giving misinformation about how injured you really are, and I believe this is all a storyline plot meant for you. Now, do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to come back this year?
It kind of seems like it. Who was the running back from the Rams that came back really fast from this?
Cam Akers, who unfortunately just tore his Achilles again.
Oh,
it wasn't an ACL?
No, it was an Achilles this time, yeah. It was bad. I think
before
it was an Achilles
ACL?
last time, too.
Same one or different one?
I don't know if it was the same Achilles or not.
I mean, there is something to be said for getting that surgery the very first second you can get the surgery to repair it before the inflammation has set in. So I only know this because of Kobe, okay?
Sure.
When Kobe tore his Achilles, he called Patrick Soon-Shiong that night and was on the operating table getting the Achilles repaired by 6 a.m. Like, Soon-Shiong was the Lakers part owner at the time. He's a doctor. He said, you got to get in on the table right now. I think he got home at like midnight and he was on the operating table by 6 a.m. because if you do the surgery before the swelling sets in, you save like 2 months.
Right.
Like, if you wait, the swelling sets in, and then you can't do the surgery for like a month or 2. You have to wait for the swelling to subside before you even go do the repair. So that's one way you can jumpstart this. The other way, probably, my guess is he's probably getting some kind of biologic, like a PRP.
PRP, right.
Some kind of thing like that.
Platelet-rich plasma.
Yeah. So if you were to go in and do the surgery right away before the swelling, and you did some PRP that would help speed up the repair. I don't know. I mean,
no effing way.
I know.
Cam Akers, by the way, made a fast recovery. He returned in 6 months.
That's fast.
That's very fast. But Aaron Rodgers is trying to, let's see, September, October, November, 3 months?
No.
3.5 months?
No, there's no way.
If he does come back, I think it means that Le Batard is right. It wasn't really.
Yeah, it was like a torn calf or something.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Could have been a torn calf that seems like an Achilles.
Yeah, true.
You know, I mean, they're all the gastroc muscle. Should I pretend like I'm a doctor?
Sure. Play doctor.
So there's the gastroc muscle which connects to the Achilles tendon, and there's 2 parts of it that connect.
Okay.
And sometimes when people tear their calf, remember when Kevin Durant tore his Achilles, he had a calf injury first.
Right. Oh,
so
yeah.
It starts as a calf thing.
strain, and then, it
goes into the Achilles. But sometimes the Achilles tear is like at the top where the gastroc, where the calf muscle connects.
Okay. Yeah.
If it's right there, could really be more like a calf rather than the tendon rupture.
Okay. Well,
I don't know if that's true. It sounded good.
I think if he comes back this year, the injury probably wasn't as serious as it was originally described.
I agree with
I
that.
don't think he's coming back.
Yeah.
I think it's pie in the sky. All right, coming up next for you, the highest-grossing movie star in history has gotten critical with one of my favorite coaches. That's coming up next for you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Good
By
song.
the way, the music that Brian has been playing today has been fantastic.
Excellent, Brian.
Great group.
Thank you.
We on a world tour. But then he also played J5. He had some 311 earlier.
Yeah. A lot of numbers.
Really good music.
5, 11.
You don't know who any of these people are.
Of course, I know.
You don't know any band that.
I don't know J5.
J5, Jurassic 5 is a.
Yeah, I don't
Do not know them.
I
don't either.
Oh, they were right around our time in high school, Momo.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You know what? You Calabasas guys.
You were at El Camino. You were just over there.
But here's the
we
thing.
didn't go to the same parties.
Producer Brian runs the music part of the show and does a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
You mix it up well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I mentioned this, Al Michaels. Al Michaels has gotten all kinds of criticism. By the way, tonight is just a gem of a game. It is Carolina versus Chicago tonight, the one we've all been waiting for.
But you're
People
going to
will
watch
yeah.
because it's football.
People will watch, yeah, just because it's football.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Al Michaels has been getting a lot of criticism because he's apparently not showing as much enthusiasm as people would hope. I just want to point out that guy you're criticizing is Al Michaels.
Agreed.
Al Michaels.
You're not opposed. You can't not get criticism because of who you are. Like
Sure.
you're a legend. It doesn't. Make
I never
you can get
criticized
criticism.
Vin Scully. Never criticized.
No.
I mean,
Never. Don't say a word about Vin Scully.
I would never say a word about
Chick Hearn made a lot of mistakes in the last few years that he was broadcasting.
And by the way,
and it was okay because it was Chick Hearn.
because he was Chick.
You were said like, he's just kind of getting past his time. And I said the same thing about Vin. I absolutely did. When he called the right field. I forgot who it was, but he called the right fielder Raul Mondesi, and it was like 20 years after Raul Mondesi played.
Right, but don't you? I want even
There's
a
Raul Mondesi
less
tying his shoes.
I
in
just
right field.
I want even a less than full strength Vin.
Oh,
even if he got some names wrong at the end, which you're pointing out, he's still Vin Scully.
Yeah,
I know.
Nobody
he was amazing.
criticized him.
And so Al
Okay,
Michaels,
let me read you the quotes. Okay, this is from the New York Post.
Okay.
Michaels, the voice of Amazon Prime Video's Thursday Night Football, is probably the greatest NFL TV play-by-player of all time. In his prime, he fired 97-mile-an-hour fastballs. During his final years at NBC, he was still in the low 90s. On the black, including a Tom Brady-like performance in the Super Bowl a little more than a year and a half ago. Right now, I told him, because I guess he got Al Michaels on the phone, I think he's throwing 85 at times. On Thursdays, he doesn't sound as enthusiastic, where he lacks the trademark inflection that punctuated a play. Citing as one example, his lack of excitement during Will Levis's Houdini act to avoid a sack on a big game last week in the Titans' loss to the Steelers. Quote from Al Michaels, Your assessment is fair.
Your assessment is fair?
Yeah. He did not, however, fully agree with it, even though I'm not alone. The internet has been on Michaels since he and Tony Dungy were low-key during Jacksonville's epic playoff comeback over the Chargers in January. Social media can be unsophisticated, cruel, relentless, and occasionally right. However, let's be clear, Michaels can still do the job, even if he sounds like he's giving it 80%.
So he's still really good. He's still Al Michaels, but you can't not get criticism if you do something wrong. You can be criticized.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Well, if you say a name wrong or you have no
But
enthusiasm.
they're saying he didn't have enthusiasm.
There was
enough.
a play a couple weeks ago where he was calling for somebody that scored a touchdown. He's like, he stepped out of the one, and he was 5 feet from the out-of-bounds line, and he went right into
There's a little There's a little Herb Street criticism.
Well,
the
he should
duo
never do
feels
NFL.
like two guys doing a game, not friends like Joe Buck and Troy Aikman having fun.
Well, Herb Street should stick to college football.
Okay, hang on a second. They just put these guys
I
together.
know.
You know, Aikman and Buck are now the longest running
They're great.
broadcast duo of all time in the NFL. Longer than any Summerall and Madden, all those guys. Longer. They've had that kind of run. Now, I would argue that even an Al Michaels is not as good as he was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But he's still Al Michaels.
Exactly.
He deserves
He's still great.
respect. He should be honored. And honestly,
I think people tune in because it's Al Michaels.
I'll take less than Al Michaels, even if I get him on the game.
Sure. That's not saying that's not it, but if he does something wrong or is not excited, you can still criticize that.
I mean, you can criticize it, but you're kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Why, because he's a legend, you can't say something about him?
This says his legacy's cemented, and he doesn't
You're a
really need
legend,
my
we say
help
stuff about
deciding
you all
his
the time.
future. But it's usually better to be a year early than late on these things, as difficult as that can be. And it says, he flies private. It's one Thursday a week for less than half the year. Why would he give that up? And he says, as far as I'm concerned, I'm doing it next year. There's no question about that. And then the writer says, however, it would probably work out best if he said next season was his final year so he could be feted a celebration of the greatest to ever do it.
That's his suggestion.
Yes.
Now, Al Michaels, as long as he wants to do it, should do it. And we should appreciate Al Michaels. And yes, I don't believe you can criticize a legend, and obviously there are people out there doing it, but I think legends should be respected.
This is the part of the article I agree with.
Okay.
You can tell and you can hear that he misses being on the biggest games each week, where he stood on top of the mountain from Monday night to Sunday night to Super Bowls for decades.
Yeah.
Amazon is building something, but it is still off-Broadway for Michaels. He tried to keep his Sunday Night Football job, but the network moved on to Mike Tirico. He was in line for ESPN's Monday night gig before Buck snagged it, and he tried to score Fox's top job, which would have allowed him to break his tie with Pat Summerall with 11 TV Super Bowl calls. Fox went with Kevin Burkhardt instead.
Yeah.
I mean,
Burkhardt's great.
Burkhardt is great.
I actually agree with that.
Have you seen the promo with Aaron Andrews and they nicknamed him Little Baby KK? No. There's a promo where Aaron Andrews calls Kevin Burkhardt Little Baby KK.
That's funny.
That
is funny. I mean, look, I agree with that idea that it's kind of off Broadway. Like, it's the first streamer to do it.
Yeah, it's
Thursday Night Football. They're better than last year, but they're still pretty bad.
Pretty awful.
It's not Monday Night Football. You're watching Monday Night Football.
Yes.
Like, that's the top of the mountain. But to me, I mean, that's like, who was calling the Padre games at the end? Dick Enberg.
Yeah, right.
Dick Enberg calling the Padre games.
Yeah.
Still happy that I'm hearing Dick Enberg.
I'll take less than top of the game.
Yeah.
Dick Enberg. He's
all
Dick
day
Enberg.
long. I'm tuning into Thursday Night Football because Al Michaels is calling it.
Amen. Yep.
Do it as long as you can, man.
Yep. Hang in there, Al. We're here for you.
It's also kind of mean. This guy's like 78 or
78 years old, yeah.
I mean, come on.
Hey, tonight, new home for Thursday Night Football. We're talking about Al Michaels. New home for Thursday Night Football is the 909 Sports Bar at Yamava Resort and Casino. You can join Lindsay Baseball in the 710 Fun and Games department tonight for a party, giving away $1,000 tonight, 4 to 7. 909 Sports Bar. Win cash and watch football. I wanted to get to one more thing, and then we got Joe Fortenbaugh coming up.
And also, Momo has Game of Games.
Oh, it's Momo's Game of Games.
I worked hard on that last night.
Game of Games time.
Yeah.
I just will try to make him not suck next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Samuel L. Jackson, who is, if you add up all the box office for all the movies he's been in, nobody
really.
He's the highest grossing movie star of all time.
Wow. What are his big ones?
Well, he's got Star Wars, he's got Avengers, he's got
Pulp
Marvel.
Fiction.
He's got Marvel
Snakes
and
on a plane.
Snakes on a plane. Yeah, he's got. That's what he leads with. Yeah, he was in Snakes on a Plane.
You want to get high?
Yeah. So he has never tweeted about. He'll occasionally tweet about sports, but he's never tweeted about the Rams before.
Okay.
So out of the blue, 1 p.m. on Sunday.
We have alerts on for him?
Samuel L. Jackson tweets this. At what point do we start the Rams coaching conversation?
Oh, my God.
Sam,
Come on.
it's 2 Super Bowls in 6 years, man.
Come on, man.
It's like, I don't even know how to react to somebody. And we've had people say to me, yeah, well, game marched by him.
Yeah, Travis got a color like that.
Yeah, it's like, come on. It's Sean McVay. Everybody wants their own version of Sean McVay. So at what point do we start talking about the Rams coaching conversation? Probably 2 years, right?
I mean, 2-3 years.
If it doesn't go well, it's obviously not going well this year. But they've set up for next year. They've still got their 3 key players, and they've developed some rookies that came in this class, and they've got all their draft picks next year, and they got $55 million in cap space and all that stuff. I believe they compete for a playoff spot next year. And I don't believe that at any point should Sean McVay be questioned at this point, Samuel L. Jackson.
That is so
what
random.
What made him weigh into it?
Like, he just woke up and chose.
Somebody went back
Sean
and
gotta
saw
go?
that he never, ever tweeted about the Rams until 12:56 on November 5th, 2023, which was the end of the Rams game.
Wow.
He was frustrated. He's frustrated with
You
the
know
team.
what? He probably had somebody on his fantasy team.
He's right. No, not about his fantasy. I think he's a
But
fan
how
of
could
the
you
team.
look at that game and not say, can't win a game with Mark Rippon?
Because it's not
Or
about.
Mark
Because
Rippon.
I
keep
don't
calling him
think he
Mark
was
Rippon.
looking at the game itself. I
Did
think
they
he's been
release
looking at
him?
the season.
Did they release Rippon?
Yeah, they did.
That's so cold.
Yeah, they released him.
I mean, that's the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
they
suck,
do that to
you're gone.
kickers, but I haven't seen a backup quarterback.
Did you watch him play?
I did not watch most of that game.
You
I
would've-
saw
you
the
would've
score
cut him.
and I said, no, thank you.
You would have cut him too.
I mean, it was. I watched Red Zone. That's how
Yeah.
I watch my football.
Well, there were no highlights in this
Nope.
game.
They didn't even want to go to that
I don't
game.
think nobody was in the red zone until late in the game.
No, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Joe Fortenbaugh is going to join us next. We're going to do some sports gambling, and there are some interesting games coming up this weekend. The USC Trojans, big underdogs at
You know
Autzen
what?
Stadium in
I
Oregon.
have a strong feeling about that one.
Vegas is a 2-point underdog to the Jets.
Strong
Rams
feeling.
are on a bye. Thank God.
So there's no bet.
No bet. No bet. But we'll get Joe Fortenbaugh in here next, and we'll do some gambling for the weekend, his best bet, all that stuff. Mason in Ireland. Momo's in for John, 710 ESPN.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free! Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
Hey, it's time to do some sports gambling.
Let's do it.
Weekend. Joe Fortenbaugh from ESPN joins us, as my mom likes to call him, the snappiest dresser on ESPN. How are you, Joe?
It's a pleasure to be with you guys as always. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm on the East Coast today. I'm in Bristol on the main campus.
Oh.
It's cold, as they say. It is cold out here.
Is it freezing rain and hail and pellets of snow? And every time I went there, it was like that. It's just...
Yeah, Ramona, you know it. You know it well. It's not. Now, I'm coming from Vegas, so this is really cold for me, but it's mid-40s and no precipitation. So most people would look at it and be like, oh, that's not too bad. For me, it's quite brutal.
I know. I'm I'm from California.
Right.
So
it's no good.
So, Joe, I want to start with some college football. Last week, USC got boat raced by Washington. This week, they are at Oregon at Autzen Stadium, which is one of the toughest places to play in America. Oregon is a heavy favorite. How do you see that game?
So it's a 15-point spread, right? Monster number. And then on top of that, we're sitting at a total of around 73.5, and USC has played to a lot of overs this year because they score a lot of points and they give a lot of points up. The handicap is very simple here, very simple. If you can answer this question, you can answer how you're going to bet it. Does USC even care about this game? Now, I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying a lot of people thought that last week was the last stand for USC. You're home. It's Washington. If you're going to do anything to try to salvage this season, you got to win that game. After you lose it, some people wonder, well, maybe they pack it in this game, and if they do, Oregon's the play, and you might be looking at the under. If you feel USC is going to show up for this game, the over for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, would be a play. That's what I'm looking at. And I'd look to back the Trojans if I feel they're going to play, because as bad as the defense has been, that offense is good enough to keep them within 15 points.
Is there any reporting on Caleb Williams? Like, is he playing? Is he into it? Is his mom flying up?
I mean, seeing the spread open at 17 and then watching it get bet down to 15, that would indicate, number one, USC money, and it would indicate, number two, we'd expect to see Caleb Williams from start to finish in this game, because anything going in the way of USC, that's the guy, right? Like, it's not because all of a sudden everyone thinks the defense is solved.
I mean, okay, I feel so strongly that if Caleb Williams plays, that 15.5 is such an insult. I know they're good at home. I know Oregon's really good.
Yeah, it's
15.5?
It's a weird spot.
Come on.
I almost think USC is going to rise up. And
I don't know that they're going to win.
I don't know the answer to your question, whether they really want to play or not. I'm not close enough to know that. They obviously played hard last week and wasn't enough. I don't know what Trojan team is going to show up, but Momo's right. If Caleb Williams comes to play, I think they hang close.
I mean, think of it like this, right? You can be getting blown out of the water in this game if you're USC. You can be down 21 points in the fourth quarter, but you can backdoor it with one late score when Oregon just wants to get the hell out of there, right?
Yeah.
So it's a big number to cover. I think if you think USC is going to bring anything to the table, I just go over 73.5 points.
Okay.
I mean, the overs have been hitting all year. We don't need to suffer galaxy brain here and overthink this one.
Oh,
all right,
galaxy brain.
Let me jump to the NFL now. We've got Raiders fans here. And Vegas,
lots of Raiders fans.
Vegas is home this week, coming off a really, really big win. They're facing the Jets and Zach Wilson, who's been just awful. Vegas is a slight favorite. How do you like this game?
So I know the pros hit the under on this game, so it was sitting at around 38.5, somewhere in that neighborhood. It's dropped down a little bit, so the under's seen some money. I know the first half under is a popular play as well in this game, as the Raiders might struggle early with Aiden O'Connell at quarterback going against the Jet defense. Tough to figure the side. Again, you got to ask yourself a couple questions when you're going through the handicap. Raiders stepped up big first game without Josh McDaniels. The dead coach bounce is what that's known as.
That's called, wait a minute. That's called the dead coach bounce?
That's great.
Yeah, like in the stock market, you have what's known as the dead cat bounce.
Yes.
When a stock for a long time, the stock's been going down, and then all of a sudden it has a little resurgence. That's the dead cat bounce, and then it goes back into the hole.
It's like crypto. Buy the dip.
Yeah, exactly. It's the dead coach bounce.
I love
They
it.
had it last week. They looked fantastic. Now the question is, do they go back into the hole like we've seen all season long, or are they going to ride this momentum? Are they going to continue
Antonio
to
Pierce. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, you look at situationally for the Jets, you're coming across the country, you're off a Monday night game. That doesn't set up very well. So The under's where I'm looking. I still think it's too tough to cap the Raiders in terms of how they're going to show up. Aiden O'Connell against this defense could be a problem, so I'm playing the under here.
I will remember dead coach bounce.
That's great.
Forever, Joe. That is a great term. I want to ask you about a couple of other NFL games. There aren't a lot of great NFL games this weekend. It's weird. There's not like marquee games. One of them I really like is Baltimore-Cleveland. Baltimore is a 6.5-point favorite. Most people have them as the certainly a top 3 team in the NFL, and Cleveland's got a pretty good defense. What do you think on that?
First off, shout out to all the teaser players out there. If you play 6-point teasers, Baltimore's going to be popular this week, Cincinnati's going to be popular, and Seattle's going to be popular. Those are going to be your 3 legs that you hit on. In terms of playing the game straight, I'd look to play the Ravens at anything less than a touchdown here. They went to Cleveland, in week 4, and they hung 28 on this defense. And that's kind of been a talking point for us this year. Cleveland's got this great defense. Jim Schwartz has done an excellent job. But, again, Baltimore hung 28 on them. And in 2 road games they played against Indy and Seattle, those offenses hung a big number against them as well. So you got to wonder, they're good, but are they an elite unit, right? Like, Baltimore might hang a number here offensively. That means Cleveland's offense has to find a way to keep pace. And I don't know if I necessarily trust Deshaun Watson, right?
Yeah.
62% completions, takes a lot of sacks, turns the ball over a lot. I like the Ravens here.
Okay, Mace cannot ask this question because it would be acknowledging how many Niner fans there are out there listening in Southern California.
There are a lot of Niner fans, yeah. So your question?
What do you like, Niners, Jacksonville?
Yeah, by the way, I think this is a really interesting game because the Niners are all of a sudden a 3-loss team.
Oh, you would be the one to say that.
Yes.
So here we go, right? Niners are going to be laying 3 right now at Jacksonville. I find myself looking to the Niner side right now. The problems they had going into the bye week, they were banged up. Defensively, they had some issues. I don't know if a bye week's ever come at a more perfect time for a football team. They get healthy. Deebo Samuel's coming back. They trade for Chase Young. They can get him acclimated, and then they can figure out some of their issues on defense. So they're going to travel across the country. They're going to take on a Jacksonville team that's won 5 straight. Jacksonville's been very good, but let's look at this. 5 straight wins. 4 of those wins have come against teams that rank 20th or worse in offensive EPA. That's expected points added. San Francisco ranks 3rd in that category. So this is a bit of a step up in class. And the teams that have been beating the Niners, Cleveland, Minnesota, Cincinnati, they were all able to run the ball effectively. That's not how Jacksonville plays. They're 14th in rushing. They're 24th in yards per carry. They're not really a run-heavy team. So if they can't run the ball, they can't take advantage of the playbook that's beaten the Niners. I would look to the Niners minus the 3 here.
Okay.
God, that was nails.
Despite their Achilles heel, Brock Purdy.
I think with Purdy, what you have here, for me, this is just me, I think it's a buy low spot on Purdy. I
Really?
think he's running red hot. He struggled in a few games. The one game he suffers a concussion, and then in the next game, and this is bizarre to me, when was the last time we saw a player who went into the concussion protocol and got cleared as quickly as he did coming off that Minnesota game, which was a Monday nighter? Something was, I'm not going to say suspicious there, but I think he went into that game against the Bengals and he was not right, and he didn't look right in that game. Plus, that was a good Bengal defense, better than this Jacksonville defense. So I think you've got a bounce-back spot for the team, the defense, and Purdy in this matchup.
All right. Hey, Joe, jump in here. Tell us everywhere we can find Joe Fortenbaugh.
Carlin versus Joe is ESPN Radio. It's 9 a.m. to noon Eastern, Monday through Friday. But the key is the launch. Tomorrow's the big launch. I'm in Bristol for a reason. We have rebranded Daily Wager. It is launching as ESPN Bet Live.
This is a big deal.
Say it one more time. ESPN Bet Live?
ESPN Bet Live. That's the name of the show. ESPN2, Friday, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. We'll have a Saturday morning show. We'll have a Sunday morning show. We'll be on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. We'll have you covered on everything. So check us out. New cool color schemes, cool music, all that stuff that the TV people love to do.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the new show, Joe. We appreciate you coming on. As always, ESPN Bet Live. We will be looking for it, and we'll talk to you next week, man.
Hey, more importantly, thanks for the opportunity to speak with your audience. I always appreciate it, guys. Thank you for having me. Best of luck to everybody out there.
All right, thank you very much, Joe Fortenbaugh there.
That guy's nails.
By the way, when Joe Fortenbaugh is on, it is always presented by Prize Picks, the largest and #1 daily fantasy sports platform in North America. New members can go to prizepicks.com/710. Use code 710 for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks. Daily fantasy sports made easy. All right, coming up next for you, can do some game of games. It is Momo's game today. Those can be sketchy.
I know. I have a good feeling about this one, but that doesn't mean anything.
Bergman, what do you think?
I think it's hit or miss.
Hit or miss.
There are some hits, but do you only have 3 choices? No more than 3 choices.
2 choices.
Oh, that's even better.
I like that.
I'm liking
it's
the way
this is
going.
It's a straight-up birthday game. It's a straight-up birthday game. Lots of November 9th birthdays, and it would all work.
Okay. No looking up.
Don't look up.
Yeah.
Don't cheat. I will not see you. If I see you on Google, Greg.
Yeah.
No, there's 0 chance I Google.
No, there are no Googlers here.
No.
Ireland's
You
off.
can't do it in person anyway.
Ireland's
way
off.
too obvious.
Who's playing from the afternoon show? Anybody?
So I think Morales is going to play.
Oh,
but
good.
Oh, good.
Cappy
Sedano
Mitchell.
with Google. Yeah.
Sedano, I would like to defend Sedano's integrity.
I'm just playing into the narrative
here. I do not
here.
believe he Googles.
He is very smart.
He's very smart.
He and John are like the 2 smart guys.
John Googles. All right, Game of Games coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. Much. It is time for Game of Games and Momo's game today. Momo's in for Ireland.
Oh, hold on one second.
Yeah.
Before we start Game of Games,
Yeah.
I wanted to say something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kill this music and give me some sort of celebration music.
Oh.
Celebration music.
Celebrate good times, you know. That was-
Whatever you got there, BC.
Yeah, just happy music.
Happy music.
Morales has
Happy
got something.
feelings?
Yeah.
Everybody seems so confused. There we go. Oh, well, I like a
don't
little.
know.
Oh,
I don't know.
I mean, this
I
is
like this.
The only thing I could find.
Oh my God.
I put this. I put this on last.
How about We Are the Champions? We Are the Champions?
No, it's fine. This is. This
mean,
actually
this
is more fitting.
Yes.
Oh
okay,
my
good.
God.
Congratulations to
Yeah.
Steve Mason on a personal record. His 58th straight show. Now, in my 11 years involved with this radio station, actually 12 years, I don't think you've ever done 58 straight shows.
Never. My record was previously 49.
He just blew past it.
Yes. And you always say I couldn't make 59.
Well, no, you couldn't. So you're going to try for that when you get back from this
50,
vacation?
59. No.
But that's not going to work this year.
No, the holidays
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
So
No,
next year maybe you'll go
next
for
year
59.
there'll be a streak.
Well,
Exactly.
congratulations, Mace.
Thank you very much.
You really pulled the Cal Ripken here the last 58 days.
Thank you. I'm trying to change the narrative.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that true?
Changing the narrative.
I don't know
exactly.
if it works. I think it's evidence, but Greg's still giving you a hard
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
I mean, that's just fun. I am proud of him. 58
right.
straight.
Do
shows.
you
Thank
think
you.
that you've
It's
gotten
very, very
sharper?
impressive.
Not from show 50 to 58. It's
No,
he's
show-
been riding fumes all the way.
Yeah, no, seriously. I've been in decline the last few
Al
shows.
Michaels over
yeah.
Yeah, Momo.
Momo!
Yeah.
You took a shot at me and Al Michaels.
Just right there. It's just
Two
you know,
legends.
You know what I think?
Hey,
I
calling you a
heard
legend.
my
You're
name
not
in
even
the
saying
same
anything.
sentence as Al Michaels.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pretty
Got
good.
a star in the Walk of Fame.
So, Cappy, what's up?
He went away from
He
his
went away.
microphone.
All right.
Why
so
would
it's
you do that, Cappy?
Momo's game today.
Yeah.
Cappy.
Cappy. All right, he walked away.
Wow.
We'll see if he plays. In the meantime, it's me,
Did you hear
Bergman,
that? And then come back in?
Brian, Momo.
Yeah.
Take it away.
All right, we're playing a birthday game.
Yes.
It's November 9th, okay? You guys, I did a lot of work on this, all right? So make it good. I'm going to read you two people. You're going to tell me who's older. Okay?
Oh, okay.
There are two people who are born on November 9th. You're going to tell me who's older.
Okay,
Ready?
got it.
Great.
Number one, Montana or Cisco. They're both born today. French Montana or Cisco. Mace is first.
I'll say Cisco.
Oh, who's keeping
Bergman.
track, by the way?
I'm keeping track.
Okay.
Bergman.
Cisco.
Brian.
French Montana.
French Montana. And is Cappy there?
Yo.
Yeah, Cappy.
French
Cisco.
Montana or Cisco. Okay.
So I'm
Morales.
just sitting here?
Yeah, Morales.
playing?
What do you want me to play?
Come on,
You wanna
play.
Yeah, play.
I go
Morales.
Cisco. You know why Cisco, Mace?
Why?
Why?
Because he sang the thong song.
Yes, he did sing the thong
The
song.
correct answer is Cisco. He
Yes.
is 44. French Montana is 39.
Okay.
If
All
you
right.
win, Mace, I'll let you see my thong.
That's not necessary.
Okay.
I actually will lose on purpose.
Yeah.
Mason, Bergman, Cappy, Morales on the board.
Okay. Aaron Rodgers' former girlfriend, Shailene Woodley, or Miley Cyrus? Shailene Woodley or Miley Cyrus?
Bergman.
Miley Cyrus.
Miley.
Okay.
Brian.
Yeah, I'm going to go Miley Cyrus.
Miley. Cappy.
Who was the first one?
Shailene Woodley.
I don't know who that is.
That's Aaron Rodgers' former girlfriend.
Oh, then Aaron Rodgers' former girlfriend.
Okay.
Okay. That's Woodley.
Morales.
I'm going to do the same. Aaron Rodgers' former girlfriend.
Woodley.
And Mason.
And I am going to go Woodley also.
The answer is Shailene Woodley. She is 31 today. Miley Cyrus is 30.
So Morales has 2. Cappy's got 2. I've got 2. Bergman, Brian. Bergman 1 and Brian nothing.
Okay. David Schwimmer or Demi Moore? David Schwimmer or Demi
Who's
Moore?
older?
Who's older?
Okay. We start with Brian.
These are all tough.
Let's go Demi Moore.
All right. That is now to Cappy.
Demi Moore.
Morales.
I want to say Demi Moore.
All right. Bergman.
Mason.
Oh,
Mason
Mason.
says Demi Moore.
All right.
And Bergman?
I can get a point here, but I'll go Demi Moore also.
The correct answer is Demi Moore. She's
Yeah.
60 and Schwimmer is 57.
All right.
It's close. Very
So
close.
Morales is undefeated. He's got 3. Cappy's got 3. I've got 3. Bergman 2. And Brian now has 1.
Okay. Christina Applegate or the wrestler Chris Jericho?
Ooh.
Christina Applegate or wrestler Chris Jericho? I just put the wrestler in there for identification
We start with
purposes.
you, Cappy.
I'm going to go with Jericho.
All right.
It's to Morales.
Christina Applegate.
Christina Applegate. I am going to also say Christina Applegate. Bergman?
Applegate.
Applegate, and Brian.
Applegate.
The correct answer is Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Who's 53. Christina Applegate is just 51
Okay,
today.
Cappy's taking a lead.
Yes,
All right. Ryan Murphy, who is a big TV producer,
Yeah.
does everything.
Yep.
Or Peppa from Salt and Peppa.
Oh, yeah, Peppa.
Peppa. Okay, Ryan Murphy or Peppa from Salt and Peppa.
We start with Morales on this.
I'm going to go Peppa.
All right.
Peppa. I am also going to go Peppa.
Yeah.
Bergman.
Peppa.
Brian.
Yeah, let's go Peppa.
Peppa.
Yo,
and
man.
Cappy.
Come on.
Salt and Pepper's here, and we in effect want you to push it, babe. Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Is that the last one?
That's the last one.
You are all correct. She is 59, and Ryan Murphy is 58. Guys, I thought there would
Cappy
be
has
some...
not missed one.
No, Cappy's just on fire.
On fire. And
All right.
fuego today.
Laura just texted. Y'all know Lindsay sends out a birthday list for today.
No,
I haven't looked at it yet.
I don't think there's all these on there.
Did you look at it, Cappy?
There might
I
be.
did. I knew that Chris Jericho was 53, but that doesn't mean that I had
Yeah.
that doesn't mean I knew
You
how old
didn't know
Christina
how old
Applegate was.
Yeah.
Let me look at this list now. Hold on.
Oh, no, don't look at the list.
No, because now.
No, don't look at the list. Come on, we only have a few
Don't
more.
look at the list.
But at the end, I'm gonna expose Cappy for the gutless rat he is.
Okay. There's a few that there's no way that these people are on his list. I'll give you the hard one.
Lindsay's list is pretty
Yeah,
thorough. It's pretty
she doesn't
thorough.
have
No,
this
it's not.
one.
There's 4 names on it.
Yeah.
Shut up, Cappy.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, shut up, Cappy. I'm with Morales. Shut up, Cappy.
Finn Cole from Peaky Blinders.
Don't even know who that is.
Or K-pop star Momo. You know I had to have Momo on the list, right?
Well, shouts out, but I don't.
It's actually back to me on this.
This is just WAG.
I'll just say
Swag system here.
Guy from show I've never seen.
Got it.
Peaky Blinders.
Okay.
Wait, it's me. But
yep.
who are the two people?
Finn Cole from Peaky Blinders or K-pop star Momo. I see her trending all
Finn
the time.
Cole.
I think it's me, and it's not. Yeah.
Finn Cole.
Okay.
I'm going to go Momo.
Yeah, thank you.
The K-pop hasn't been around that long. I don't think.
I think it's a trick question.
It's been around for
Like
good 10 years.
10 years.
Mason. Oh, you already did it?
I did it, yep.
The answer is Finn
Whoa.
Cole from Peaky Blinders.
Whoa, I didn't get
You missed all of us.
See, I said it was the
You
time.
skipped everybody.
I was gonna take Peaky Blinders.
So
All
was
right.
I. Was gonna
screwed
take the
that one
Peaky
up. Let's not
Blinder
count
guy,
that
too.
one.
No, you got to count it. You asked.
Oh,
yeah.
wait a
Yeah, but
minute.
I screwed it up.
Here's how. Here we're going to be honorable here.
Okay.
Cappy, what were you going to say?
Peaky Blinder guy.
Okay, I'm giving it to you. Brian, what were you going to say?
Oh, I said Momo.
He said Momo.
He said Momo. Bergman.
I said Finn.
Okay,
He did.
so
The
Bergman
only guy
takes
who
a
didn't
point.
answer is Kaplan.
No, I didn't answer, but I was going
Oh,
to take
you
Finn
didn't?
Cole because
You were
Momo.
gonna take it also?
K-pop hasn't been around long enough.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
But they were really
Morales got that
close.
right.
Right, they're both
Sorry,
probably
Laura,
young
if you
people.
say it on text,
This is
it's
the
all
problem.
on the air.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
Let me organize things here.
Okay.
Okay.
You do it.
Cappy 6, Mason 4, Morales 4, Bergman 4, Brian 2.
Okay. Momo was 27 and Finn Cole was 28.
Yeah,
pretty close.
If you were scoring at home.
Yeah,
And if
just
you
so
are, why
know.
are you listening to us?
Why are you listening if you're scoring?
Okay. Rachel McAdams or Vanessa Lachey. Rachel McAdams.
Why you got to bring Nick into this?
or
My love.
Vanessa
Mi
Lachey.
amor, Nick Lachey.
No, Vanessa Lachey.
I got it, but
Okay.
still.
Okay, we're gonna do.
All right, who's
we're
up
gonna
next?
do two more.
Me.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
And
no, who's in
Cappy,
Kevin?
you have to go first.
Okay.
Wait, who are these two people?
Oh,
Rachel McAdams.
I don't even know who that is.
she was in.
Mean
Come
Girls?
on.
I know she
Yeah,
is.
she's Mean
She was
Girls.
in what?
Mean Girls.
Okay, go ahead. And what the other one? The other who's
Vanessa
the other person?
Lachey.
Vanessa Lachey.
All right, I'm gonna go with her, Lachey.
Yeah, that's not a good call.
Okay, Vanessa Lachey. I am gonna go. I have to do something different, so I'm gonna go with who's the other one?
Rachel McAdams.
I'm going Rachel McAdams.
All right.
Morales.
Same here.
Rachel McAdams. Bergman.
Yeah, I have to do Rachel.
Rachel McAdams. Brian.
Rachel McAdams.
It's good you did. She's 44 today, and Vanessa is just 43.
Okay, now
Oh,
we've
wow.
got a race. Now,
Got a
Brian,
ball game.
you're out of it.
I have two more.
Bergman is 5. I've got 5. Morales has 5. And Cappy's got 6.
All right. I have two more questions and a tiebreaker.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Nick Lachey
Oh.
or Eric Dane.
Who's Eric Dane? What's he in?
He used to be in CSI.
So no.
Which one?
CSI?
Which CSI?
Like-
Vegas, the original
Miami?
CSI.
Vegas,
Oh.
Miami,
Yeah, the
Chicago.
yeah.
Chicago.
He's
All
been
right.
in a
Who's the
few
other name?
things. He's been in
NCIS?
he was in Grey's Anatomy as well, I think.
Use it in a sentence.
Eric
Eric
Dane
Dane was on Grey's
CSI.
Did you say Eric Ludday?
Eric Dane.
No,
Jesus
this guy's
Christ.
Googling. What are you
You're
Googling?
Cappy, you're Googling.
You're Googling.
Okay, if you guys say
scumbag.
Oh, wait a minute.
Who's the other name?
You're not even
Nick
denying
Lachey. Nick Lachey or Eric Dane.
Okay, Cappy, you go first.
God.
I don't know.
What does Google say?
I don't know who the first guy is.
You don't know
whoever,
Nick Lachey, the
No,
singer?
not Nick Lachey. The other guy. I'll
Eric
take the other
Dane.
guy. Yeah.
Okay, Eric Dane.
All right.
We all have to say Nick Lachey.
Yeah, we all have to say Nick Lachey.
I will say Nick Lachey anytime.
Yep, Nick Lachey.
The answer is Eric Dane. He's 51,
yeah.
and Nick Lachey is 50.
Cappy with the win.
Oh.
Right.
Do you guys
How
want the
about
other
that?
one?
Cappy, you did go undefeated. Now, you did not deny the fact when we said you're Googling. Were you Googling?
Listen, Mace.
Did you look at a birthday list?
Mace, I don't even know who these guys are. These people are. Honestly,
You definitely know who
no,
Eric
no.
Dane is.
But
No, I don't know who Eric Dane
at
is.
least
I thought.
deny it. At least say no. That's not what happened.
Now I can't show you my thong because we didn't
Well,
win.
I can't Google them because I don't even know their names.
Eric Dane?
Right, I was asking Eric
This
one
is
day.
this is more
You
attention.
totally know that guy.
This is
No, I
more-
do know that guy.
Yeah.
This is more
He's an attractive
attention
man,
than
too.
Eric
Yes.
Dane has
No,
gotten
Nick
in
Lachey.
years.
No, Nick Lachey.
Cappy,
Well, let me-
you just have to
Mace.
say no. You
Yes,
just have to
Mace.
say no.
Cappy.
Let me
He
tell
was
you
in Grey's
this.
Anatomy.
Hang
Yeah.
Cappy,
Yeah.
what were you going to say?
I was going to say that today, Lindsay put out on our doc
Yeah.
Let me look at it.
4 birthdays today.
Let me see.
Cisco is 44.
Cisco.
Nick Lachey is 49.
Okay.
He's
Chris
50.
Jericho is 52.
Okay.
So three
And
of the
she's a year
birthdays were
behind.
on here.
She's a year behind,
and Lou
I think.
Ferrigno is 71.
Okay, I did have Lou Ferrigno on mine.
Wait a minute,
but
she's
there
a year
was-
behind?
Yeah, those are.
So Nick Lachey's 51?
Yeah, no, he's 50.
Yeah, so this is right.
No, Lindsay said he's 49.
No, not on
No,
my
to
sheet.
check her list.
Don't lie.
No, let's not. Yeah.
I'm just looking at it right
Well,
here.
look
Yeah.
at the email, the updated email.
Okay, let's have a vote. Do you think Cappy Googled this and it's a legit win? Momo?
I think he Googled.
I think he Googled.
I do not think he Googled.
Brian?
He kept asking me who the
I'm not
name
quick
was
enough to
like
Google.
5 times.
You're going to say no Google?
No Google.
I am also no Google.
Oh.
3
You
to
think
2.
it's-
I
yeah.
believe in Cappy.
All right.
You don't.
Yes,
Let's
I do.
something that is
Cappy gets the
ungoogleable.
legit win.
All right. This is the ungoogleable.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
He thinks that's a rip on me. I'm just doing what I'm told.
All right. These are the tiebreakers that everone will have a chance
That was
at.
amazing.
Are people not
so
sure that
damn
it's paid
funny.
for by Cars for Kids?
Well, we have to say it for some reason.
Do we?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we did. That's why I do it.
Okay. Hang on,
Amazing.
let me organize. Momo, focus.
Hold
What
on
do
for
you
a
got?
second. Was Cappy on video for that?
No. he
Oh,
wasn't.
that's too bad because that
Okay.
would have been an
It was
amazing
so good.
Mandy moment.
Momo. Momo, what you were going to throw one more thing?
All right. So the other guy who was born today, who's dead now, was Carl Sagan. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was a teacher at an Ivy League university, which Bill Nye, the science guy, who was also born on November 9th,
Oh, what
attended.
an ironic coincidence.
Bill Nye, the science guy, studied under Carl Sagan
Wow.
in college. Which Ivy League university was that?
Okay. You were just
Does
supposed to
anyone know?
guess one?
Yeah, that was the first part of the tiebreak. If anyone
Penn,
got
right?
it, that you won.
Cappy, what do you say?
Okay.
What
I'll
Ivy
say
League?
Yale.
Yale. Okay. Brian?
Harvard.
Harvard. Bergman?
Penn.
Penn. Morales?
Just to be different, I'll say Princeton.
Princeton. And I will say Dartmouth.
The statistical improbability of all of you being wrong is amazing.
How many schools are in the Ivy? I don't even know how many.
It's Cornell. Okay. Carl Sagan would have been 89 today.
Okay.
How many times did he appear on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson? That was the numerical
Okay,
tiebreaker.
I will-
7.
I will say 11.
Okay.
Morales, what do you say?
12.
12. Bergman, what do you say?
7.
7. Brian?
13.
13. What's the answer?
Go ahead,
Mom?
Cappy.
I need one.
Cappy.
I'll go
what's the
14.
26. 26.
I win.
answer? All right.
Cappy just keeps winning.
Boy, I'm feeling
Congrats,
good about
Cappy.
it today. Yeah,
I
feel
just wanted
good
credit
today.
for all that extra tie-breaking work I did.
Nice work, Momo.
I don't know what happened with
Do
that
the
game.
paid for. Do the paid for one more time.
You like that?
I do.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
I'm really impressive.
All right, let's hit the super stager.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Calf to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Oh! Is that just because you won my game?
That's right.
Sure.
I got like a
Feeling like a
personalized
winner.
love vote.
Morales is hanging out too. Cappy, what's going on?
Well, what is going on? Today is going to be a very interesting broadcast here on the Sedano and Cap Show. I can tell you that right now.
In what respect?
Well, we have Lindsay Baseball stationed at Yamava, where she's giving away $1,000 today at the 909 Sports Bar, the greatest sports bar on the planet.
Yep.
We have George Shidano, who is in Boston, where he is getting ready for a college football game this weekend between Boston College and Virginia Tech.
Okay.
At least that's the game I think he's calling.
Yeah.
We've got Christopher Arthur Morales.
Arthur.
That's right.
Wow.
Art.
I don't even know where it came from.
That's right.
That would make my initials KM, not CMM, but that's fine.
Right. And we've got Christopher Arthur Morales in studio in downtown Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And this is just going to be one of these.
And where are you?
I am in my vacation home in South LA.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys are spanning the nation.
That's right.
Well,
we
spanning the globe, that's a bit on
Spanning
somebody
the
else's
globe.
show.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Mace, are you going out of town now that you've gotten to 58 shows?
Yeah,
or
I'm
what are you
actually
doing?
going to go to a spa and soak in hot water and watch no tele. They don't even have TVs at this place.
Where's this at?
Out in Desert Hot Springs.
Okay, and when is this?
What is
When?
this?
When are you
As
leaving?
soon as he possibly
I'm
can.
leaving right after the show.
Are you really? You're going right now?
Juan's picking me up and we're going.
Really?
You guys are flying. You guys are driving out tonight.
Correct.
That's a long
Are
drive.
you
right
Don't
now.
you soak in hot water every night?
Yeah, I do. We have a jacuzzi in the backyard.
One day I'll get in there.
You will never be in my
I won't.
jacuzzi.
I'll get in there with you, Chris.
I know.
Hey, Chris, did you hear how I went to hot yoga?
No.
Would you ever do that?
Love hot yoga.
I think at this point in my current state, I would probably pass out.
Probably would.
But eventually, I've been told to do some hot yoga.
Cappy,
Did you just sweat piles?
It was
Yeah.
so hot.
Did you make it through the whole thing?
Yeah, I stepped out like 4 times.
Okay.
I was like,
Cappy,
it's too hot in
Cappy,
here.
But you still did it.
I
You've
did
done
it.
hot
I did
yoga,
it.
Cappy?
I have done hot yoga. It's been a few years since I've done it, but I always used to walk into the hot yoga room and I'd be like,
Come on.
what is
Yeah,
that
it
smell?
smells bad.
What is that
You know what, though? That's
smell?
part of it now is that they've really cleaned up the place. Like, the Bikram yoga places used to have, like, carpet on the floor.
Oh.
So gross.
Oh, it's gross.
This
That's
has,
disgusting.
like, it's like there's holes in the floor. Like,
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
sweat I don't want to
my
see what's
God,
underneath
there are,
that.
like,
It smells
there's
like-
drainage
Yeah, there's
for the people
drainage.
sweating.
Really
It
is.
smells like Fritos.
It's like a steam room.
Smells
You know
like
the-
Fritos.
You know the chip Fritos?
I do.
I do.
You open up a bag of Fritos and you're like, that smells like bad feet. That's what a
Good
hot
God,
yoga
what is
studio
wrong with
is.
you?
No, this is true.
But it's
I
just
think
very
Fritos smell
descriptive.
good.
Right, but if you,
Well, yeah, it's very descriptive.
but Fritos do have that smell.
Right,
He's
of
not-
bad feet.
Other
Well,
people
but
have
when you
pointed
open
this
up
out.
a bag of Fritos, you enjoy it because you're opening
I'm
up a
telling
bag
you,
of Fritos.
Fritos are a very underrated chip.
They're
Fritos,
true.
Fritos are what my dog's feet smell like.
Yeah, you see? See what I'm saying?
Right?
There's Lynn.
You sniff her Chewy's paws?
Yeah,
Hey.
Mason, doesn't your dog's paws smell like Fritos?
Yes, they do.
You sniff
See?
your dog's
Thank you.
paws too?
Yes.
Yes, I
Mace
do.
Yes.
does, yeah.
I mean, you're close to them. You can't help but smell them, and they smell. It's like the yeast or something in them. But all dogs'
The
paws
yeast.
smell like Fritos.
Yeah,
Chewy
they-
came to the
swear.
office today.
Oh,
did.
was Chewy here?
Chewy
popped
was
in.
walking around.
Are we allowed to bring our dogs to the
No,
office?
it was 2 minutes.
Is it bring your dog to
No,
It was
the
no.
office?
just
thing?
a pop in.
Bark
but
in the park. Yeah.
You know what's funny is he responded to Sam Pines the most because Sam knows how to give him the good like neck massage.
Yeah.
And he was loving on Sam.
Sam does give good neck massages. Meanwhile,
Creepy.
I'm
So
not
creepy.
touching
Better
that
than
one.
mine?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys.
no, he goes
You
for,
guys have your own thing.
He goes for relaxation. You go for pain to pop
pain.
the
Pure
pop
pain.
the
I will,
thingamajig.
I will
the
I've
knot.
seen Cappy mount you and
Oh no.
Let's cut that up.
and crack your back, right?
Yes.
See, now I could use that. There's that one
You want
spot in my back.
Get down. I know how to do it. Get down on your back.
No,
I'll walk on you.
You can't
Mace,
do it.
there are-
You're not Cappy's an expert.
Yeah, he knows how to
I
stretch.
think there are many experts in the city of Los Angeles that you can go to. that
Mace,
I
you
would
can
trust
get in
far
on the
more.
bit of the year thing. You know, if you start having
That's true. By
Morales
the
mount
way,
you.
Oh, that's
we're
true.
about 8 months from Mandy's 3.
Yeah.
And bit of the year right now is all us for the categories. You haven't done anything outlandish yet.
No. What have you guys done?
Well, we ate a 22-inch hot dog together.
True.
Lizzie.
That
we
was
dressed
really
up like the Island Boys.
That's true.
Cappy harassed Andrew Whitworth inside a 7-Eleven live on the air.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that is true. I did hear
that was
that.
great.
That's
Momo, you
3
didn't
right
hear about
there.
this?
I didn't hear about that. That's amazing.
You know, I may not. I just may not participate. I may.
I guarantee you this, though.
Mace, don't take your ball and go home.
No.
No, I'm not.
If
That's
there
not
was
my
a-
attitude.
if
Don't
there
just
was-
say like the bar is too high. I can't
No,
clear
no,
it.
no,
That's
no,
not the Steve Mason
if
I
there's,
know.
If there's a video out of nowhere on a Saturday night on Instagram of Cappy, me, and you in your hot tub, that wins bit of the year.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Juan should be in there too.
He'll crack
Just
your
go to
back.
a different
He'll
hot tub.
crack your back right after.
Lindsay,
boy.
Lindsay, you know this. I think that bits need to be organic.
You mean you don't like those wacky radio stunts?
stunts.
Well, a lot of ours were organic.
Yeah,
Nobody
no.
knew that we were gonna just.
What did you do to Andrew Whitworth?
I agree.
Like, what did you do to him?
He
You
was
just-
playing. He was the checker at 7. We did a whole promotion with him at 7-Eleven
at
live.
7-Eleven,
God.
yeah.
And then
Andrew
Cappy,
Whitworth was working there, and then Cappy took the mic live on the air and went in there and was like, "Excuse me, sir, what are you buying to all these people?"
It was really good.
That was funny.
And then there was this lady who just randomly showed up, and she was like, "Can you get me some M&Ms or something?" And Cappy had to buy them for her. It was
Yeah.
great.
I think Shadano's on the line now. Shadano, what's up?
Yeah, hey, and don't forget the lady who came up to me that was saying that we needed to believe in the Dodgers, Mason. that day.
Yeah.
We brought her on the air. She was like a co-host while Cappy was out there with Whitworth.
Was
checking
that
people
the
out.
day Lance Lynn hit 4 consecutive home runs? Or Lance Lynn gave up 4 consecutive home runs? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a nice day.
Plus Dave Roberts, but me crushing the bobblehead. That's one of the bit of years.
Oh, God, you have all the bits of the year. I don't think I can compete this
Get in the game, Mace.
I don't think I can match the
Get
bits
in the
that have already
game, Mace.
taken
Take
place.
your clothes off and run around somewhere.
You already did that.
It's been done. It's been done.
You know, you can go just one more step there, apparently.
Not going one more step.
Nope.
I think we do hot tub night. Hot tub
Yeah, I
night
do
will
too.
win.
Hot tub night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that reality show. Have you heard about this? Naked Attraction?
Yeah, we've seen
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Ireland has described
Ireland
it
did
many
2
times
weeks on
the
it.
show.
I watched it once and I was like, not
it's
hot.
disgusting.
Which
yeah.
part did you like it or did
No.
it disgust you?
It was gross. I
It was
like,
gross,
oh,
right?
no. Yeah,
I got to be honest with you. It was the guys that kind of grossed me out.
Don't do it. Don't go where you're gonna go.
Well,
Yeah.
because you know the story.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Momo
it's-
wants to hear it apparently.
I
so.
mean, Momo's got the same opinion. She's just like, ew, dude.
I was like, oh, I don't. There's nothing hot about this show.
Yeah, there was definitely nothing hot. So, what game are you doing, Shadano?
Virginia Tech, Boston College.
Do you ever wake up and go, where the heck am I?
It's happened to me a few times, especially now that the NBA season
Yeah.
has started. But I've got this beautiful view of the Charles River and downtown
Okay.
in the background. So it's like a very nice spot where I'm at right now.
I've only been to Boston once, and that was
Really?
for when the Dodgers lost to the Red Sox.
You have a lot of Dodgers lost traveling stories.
I've chased them around the
really
country, and they always lose. They always lose. But I don't. Boston is a town for me that I always thought I should have visited earlier when I was a kid.
Yeah.
At Boogie Records in Toledo, they had this little thing you could enter a contest to win a trip to Boston. And so I filled it out one day. And 3 weeks later, we get a call, hey, you won this trip to Boston. And my dad and mom took it, and I never got to go. So I've always sort of held a grudge
Your
against
father took the trip to Boston
My
like
dad-
he took your money to go bet on the horses?
Yeah, my dad was a piece of work.
Wow.
He was a piece of work. But yeah, he
Shonsky.
stole my trip.
Mace, do you like lobster?
Lobster. Love it.
Great food in Boston.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been to Boston a lot from the NBA, right? For
Yeah.
Celtics and all that.
Yeah.
And then my sister-in-law lives there. It's okay.
You know
It's
what I-
fine.
You know what I
fine.
like?
It's all right.
I love good
It's
seafood.
not open late.
They've got great seafood
No.
in Boston.
Yeah, that's one of the things I always feel like. Everything closes at like 9 o'clock.
Oh.
Well, except on game nights, you can go to those like that little strip of like spots right by the arena, but that's it.
Yeah,
And
it's
Fenway.
Yeah,
you know.
they've got that.
Yeah.
Their arena's not next to Fenway, is it?
No, but I'm saying Fenway's restaurants stay open late after the game.
After the game.
And the same thing for a decent number of the restaurants right by the arena. Too.
Right. Yeah, I think Boston. I mean, from the 2 days I was there, it seems okay.
Plus, I
Just
for
not
years-
New York. I'm comparing it
it's
to
not
New
New
York.
But I'll tell
And
you
I'm like,
this.
it's not New York.
I'll tell you this: New York doesn't stay open as late as it used to either. To be
Yeah,
honest
that's
with
true.
you, I was just there.
I think I even like
years
Philly
ago.
better. I don't know.
Philly's great too.
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you something.
I like Philly.
There was a speakeasy sushi place I went to in Philly that was out of control.
Wow. Those are
It's
two
called-
things that I wouldn't think of together.
It's
You got a
called
cheesesteak roll.
No, when
That
you
was
walk
so
in.
good, Cappy. That was so good. Wait, let's let that joke breathe. That was very good. Good.
When you walk in, it's called the Double Knot. When you walk in, it's like a coffee shop, and then like there's like a hostess in the back, and then she takes you through like a secret passageway down to this basement. That's this like huge sushi place. It's incredible.
Does everybody talk like they're from the 1920s there?
Yeah, here's what we're gonna do. See,
Nobody talks like that, even though it's a speakeasy.
we're gonna eat some seafood.
We're
like,
going to eat some
oh,
seafood.
We're gonna have
see?
lobster.
I'm on the
Some
struggle
lobster,
buggy.
see?
But you never
Anyway,
would
I'll walk
associate.
into this gin joint.
You never would associate sushi with Philly, but I tell you, it's great.
Look at the
What
stems
about
on that dame.
It is right next to the water.
I like dame. I like the word dame.
Dame is a great old word.
Yeah.
She's the bee's knees.
She's the bee's knees.
Yeah.
Have
That's
some
a
of
cat's
that giggle.
pajamas.
Have some of that giggle water.
Oh, man. There was a
better,
guy who used to do
bee's
that. There's
knees
a
or-
reporter that used to do that in Dallas.
Yeah,
You know that guy?
1920s guy.
Yeah,
That's what they
1920s
called
guy
him.
from Dallas.
Yeah.
And I remember when the Lakers were getting swept out of the playoffs by the Mavericks, that 2011, I think it was.
Yep.
That guy went to press conferences and tried to do his act on Phil Jackson. And Phil was just like, nope.
Yeah, no, not playing that game.
So, Phil, what do you think of Kobe? And Phil was like, nope.
He was like, do you think that Kobe's the cat's pajamas?
Cat's pajamas is a great line.
he got Tom Brady, and Tom Brady was like, wait, what's going on here? He got him good.
Although Momo,
Yeah.
if you listen to Sirius NBA Radio, and I say this because I like him personally, but Justin Termini, who hosts their one of the NBA shows there, he kind of has a little bit of that to him too. If you listen to him, do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor and listen to him.
Okay.
How many
Take a
times?
look at LeBron James here, huh?
How many times a week do you get a call from Sirius XM NBA Radio trying to get you on?
Their text messages.
Nonstop, right?
I just glaze over.
I got no time.
Scroll.
I think Justin Termini is
I don't even
always
give the
on.
thumbs up.
Momo, you blow them off. You don't even respond.
Straight up goes.
You don't even give them,
Really?
an excuse like my kid.
The only person who I will respond to is probably Frank Isola or Mike Pearson.
Mike Pearson, right? Yeah.
Our old friend Mike
Yeah,
Pearson.
Mike Pearson.
And
Yeah,
even
right,
that's shaky at best.
But I will always respond. I I ghost anybody. I'll
That's
only
the right
say,
You're
thing
so
to do.
nice.
hey, can't do it. Just something. as
Listen,
simple
every
as
time
that.
I do, I did this podcast and then I get aggregated so poorly and I just get Google alerts for 3 days saying something I didn't say.
Hey,
Like,
guys,
what?
before we end this, I have a
Go away.
request. We're going to be in traffic for the next
Yeah.
3.5, 4 hours.
Yeah.
Why? Where are you going?
Going, to Hot
Going
Springs.
out to the desert, going out to the hot springs.
I'll be in traffic for at least an hour and a half driving home.
Yeah. So
Okay.
please be entertaining.
Do you want sports or
Please
fun?
have fun. I want fun. I want fun.
Okay.
You guys specialize in
Okay.
stupidity and fun.
Yeah.
We're going to change our whole show today now to go from
Yeah,
the
we're gonna
sports
go
show to the
hardcore
fun
Oh,
show.
were you
Yeah.
going to go really
Right.
sports?
It was going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
all
Hardcore.
Ron Washington, Dodger talk, and
Yeah, not
No.
going to happen now. All right. Hey, I'm off today. I'm off tomorrow and Monday.
Congratulations on
Yeah.
58 shows, my friend.
How does it feel?
Feels great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Like you did something.
accomplished something.
You're an accomplished person now, Mace.
Thank you.
It's the way I felt walking out of hot yoga today.
Yeah.
Ooh, made it.
Oh, you did hot yoga? How hot?
Super hot. Like way too hot.
Like they
Open
do
the
that
damn
thing like
door.
at
It's hot in here.
105 degrees
Yeah, it
or
was like
something
the guy
that.
had to open the door
110
like
degrees.
several times so people didn't pass out.
Good job.
Do the guys not wear shirts like tiny
Yeah,
little
the
tight
guy,
shorts and
the
no
one
shirts?
who was leading the class, he did it shirtless, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, come on.
Yeah, put on
I
your
mean,
shirt.
I see why everyone shows up to look at you, but, you know.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Good looking
Oh.
fella?
Very
All
good
right,
looking
you
fellow.
know,
Okay.
good for him.
Hey, if you got it.
It motivated me for a little bit, but at some point it was just really hot.
Now Cap's going to show up to the hot yoga class.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Wait a minute. You bought or you have Greg's Peloton now?
Not yet. Cappy is trying to negotiate some sort of deal, but I'm a little sketch on the whole thing.
Taking over the car payments.
Here's the deal.
Just give it for free. You
Well,
haven't
wait,
used
so,
it.
So Bergman
I
doesn't
did.
want the Peloton. It's
Oh,
in the
I
way.
know.
Yep.
Okay. And I want to monitor Morales' daily exercise.
But here's the real hook.
Oh, God.
Because remember, Rachel gave me a hard time with Cappy when we were on the ride home last Thursday.
Right.
What Cappy's trying to do is convince Rachel that we spend so much time together. There's nothing tawdry going on. We're not between him and I, but that we're not driving off the road and getting into mayhem.
Right.
So he's trying to convince how close we are that, listen, I'm going to make sure I get Morales in shape. So he's trying to look like a good guy to Rachel,
Well-
despite the fact that he's a bad guy.
Somewhat
Cappy's
true.
a bad
Somewhat
guy.
true. One little thing, though, that I got to add into that is, you see, Morales has this tendency to drag me down with him.
Oh,
so now
yeah, I
I'm
shove the
trying-
food in your
so
mouth.
now I'm trying to uplift him so that we do things my way, not his way. Does
Uh-huh.
that make sense?
So is the idea that Morales will be on his Peloton, you'll be on yours,
Shirtless.
and
We'll
you will
both-
be riding together?
We could be riding together, but if not, I can at least monitor to know how much Peloton he's doing daily and weekly.
Yeah.
You know, and then I can say to him, I go, Chris, I did a 45-minute Club Bangers ride this morning with Alex Toussaint. I need you to do a 45-minute ride as well. You know?
Morales, are you in on this?
I am, but he's working Jorge into it to go pick it up and deliver it to my
well,
home.
Jorge for $200 will pick it up.
Right. So that's confirmed?
Bergman's like, dude,
That's his
come
bit.
get it. Come get my Peloton. And Bergman's actually willing to give it for free now, Mace. He was trying to get you to buy it.
He was trying to get me to buy it. Now
I was
you're
trying to
giving
get
it
you
to him for free.
Yeah, I'm just going to give it to him.
Oh, wow.
Well,
For
you
free.
make way more money than Morales. So.
I don't know. He's like a
And also,
big-time
like, to be
consultant.
honest, my my birthday last year, he gave me a really nice driver and a Scotty Cameron putter. So I
That
was,
is true.
you know,
That's nice. I had to get rid of clubs.
All right.
Oh.
Hey, guys,